everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast Pop Culture in the Dark. It is a regular stream tonight. If you missed it last night, we did a game stream, a.k.a. we answered a bunch of your questions. We did 3 full lists last night. If you missed that video, it is available on the channel right now. Don't watch it right this moment. Wait till we're done with this. Then you can go over and watch it in case you missed it. It was a lot of fun. We had a pretty much a full house on the panel, so that was a lot of fun to do last night. Hope everybody's doing good. A few shout outs before we get into stuff this evening. In the house, we have Harrison James, a channel member. Cody, a channel member, here hanging out. Staggervore is here as well. Thank you so much. In the house, we also have music lover Dalton Bell. Jaybird is here. Good to see you guys. Phil is here. What's up, Phil? One Marvel fan, Fetman Plays in the building. Big Jerry is here. Chris is here. Tony is here. And Keyblade Master Jeffrey is here as well. Juice Simpson. Oh, Jose's here. What's going on, Jose? All right, so like last week, at the very end of the stream, the last half an hour will be dedicated to the Daredevil episodes. We do have 2 to go over, but we're still going to try and fit it in to a half-hour segment. So we'll have an hour and a half of current stuff in the news cycle, and then 30 minutes of Daredevil stuff. I will let everybody know when we get there. So if anybody wants to dip out, if they haven't seen the episodes or they care about spoilers, they can jump off then. What's up, Maestro? How are you doing? Good to see you as well. We do have somebody in the back room right now. You might know him. He lives next door, and that is Jake. What's up, Jake?
What's up?
You are the first person tonight, so we'll see who else arrives.
Does that mean I win something?
You win ice cream. I don't know. Ice cream of your choice. So.
All right. As long as it's not fucking mint chip flavor, then I'm good.
Oh, no. That's fucking gross.
Amen. Tastes like toothpaste.
I would never have that ever in a million. If it was a choice between that and no ice cream, I would say no ice cream.
Yeah. Just say no ice cream.
Yeah. What's up, Anthony in the house? Good to see you as well. All right, so we have we do have some trailers to look at, but I'm going to give people about 15 minutes or so for people to start rolling in. We have the trailer for Masters of the Universe to look at. We have a new trailer for Supergirl to look at. We have a teaser thing for Avatar Season 2. We're going to look at that as well. And we're going to go over the scores for Super Mario Galaxy movie. Not because I really give a shit, but I think it would be fun to talk about. I don't believe any of that shit, but we'll go through what people are saying about that.
Rotten Tomatoes is about as reliable as the N. Snyder.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to go through that as well. What else do I have? I have a whole bookmark of stuff over here. Let me check and see what I have. I thought I had a few things here at the end. I think that might be it. I felt like with 3 trailers, we're going to be talking a lot, so that's why I didn't pack it with a bunch of other stuff. Once the trailers get rolling, it's going to be a lot. So, how has your day been, Jake? I know we were just on last night, so I feel like it hasn't been that long since we chatted.
It's been pretty good. I got a good amount done today. I was on Lance's stream earlier. And surprisingly, my reaction went up today without any copyright issues. So between Lanterns and this, I might want to stick to that same formula so I can dodge the copyright system.
The way you're doing your edit for the video and whatever?
Yeah, and it's actually really minimal.
Okay, that's good. I am very excited because I hope that they do not copyright hit any of the podcast stuff, because I had a lot of fun watching that last week where I kept calling Muse Hush. So that was a lot of fun last week. So hopefully they don't come after me for that, because everybody seemed to really enjoy that.
I saw that. I was like, this isn't Batman.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh shit, why did I do that? It's pretty funny. Check something here. I want to keep this open as well, because I think it's this is really important for one of the things we're going to be talking about. So let me make sure I have this over here.
Is it important? Right. Is it really?
Not so much, but I felt like I would just say it anyway, because it is what it is.
Don't people sorry. Isn't making something seem more important than it is kind of the slogan of our administration right now?
That is pretty true. That is true. It's actually the slogan of everything, really. Like that's what where we are on the internet is. Oh no, there's a woman in a movie. Let's all act completely normal about it and scream in outrage about it. By the way, if you're on the Discord, I created a spoiler channel. Right now, it is a general spoiler channel on the Discord. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and let people join tonight because I haven't done this in a while. If you're somebody that's wanted to join the Discord and you've never had a link, I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. But I will say Jake is the most powerful mod on the Discord. So if you fuck around, you will find out because Jake is always on top of that. So
I got a rep to maintain.
So there's the link. You can join the Discord. Depending on what channel you're on, if you're on the debunk channel, you can get a debunk tag. If you're on the reloaded channel, you can get a reload tag. It doesn't really mean much. It's just like a little extra swag for anybody that wants to do that. So,
as my buddy Phil likes to say, you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
So yeah, Jake the sniper, Jake Bullseye. There we go.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Little reference for tonight. Yeah. So. I'm trying to think. Is there anything we can talk about before they get here? I want to give room for a couple more people to show up, unless you know that some people are not coming. Or some people not coming?
I can't confirm that.
Okay.
Like Omega said he was a maybe, and Lance said he was a maybe. Darren, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I do have one thing we can talk about here that's not super big at the moment, and that's this article with Pedro Pascal here.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Says here, Avatar can take more risk than Marvel movies because lack of studio and fan pressure. Says Sam Worthington, it's not like we have to get scenes completed by today or execs get upset. What do you think about that?
Hold on, let me look at that. Can you scroll up on that?
I'm going to do this and I'm going to highlight it.
Okay.
So we can all see it. And then I'm going to make the screen bigger. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Enlarge.
Yep. And let's zoom in a little bit. And there we go. We're unlike Marvel movies in the sense that it feels like an independent movie when we make it. This is Sam Worthington, by the way. We don't have outside pressures or expectations from the press or the studio or the community. It doesn't affect what we do, and that's why we can take more risk.
It's not necessarily true.
So you're not vibing with that?
No.
I feel like, look, maybe it's just me, but I think Avatar as a brand is a very important brand, and I do feel like the studio gives a fuck about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not Marvel, but I would argue that Avatar, in most cases, is probably bigger than most Marvel movies.
But with
right?
the budgets that go into them, they, like, it's not so much of a risk. Like, it's a really big gamble and not just a safe risk they can take. With how much they spend on those, if they don't earn it back, they're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Is there more to it? Let's read more here. It's not like we have to get scenes completed by today or the studio is going to get upset. We just play and create. People don't understand that. They think it's a big, solid machine where Jim is the didactic director, and he's not. He's a painter. I think Avatar movies typically do well. I mean, they haven't really flopped. I don't know if the saga goes beyond this point. I hope it does, Fire and Ash, but, you know, we prove that business case every time we go out. If we don't get to make 4 or 5 for whatever reason, I'll hold a press conference and I'll tell you what we're going to do. How's that? Interesting. I always find it really interesting to hear what the people on set have to say about their experiences.
Yeah.
Because you always get a little bit of it. You know what I mean?
Well, you also, it's interesting to know how that contrasts between before the movie comes out and after. Because if someone had a negative experience, don't be surprised if they're singing, a different tune, 2-3 months after the movie's out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still think there's pressure on like the directors and the writers and stuff. Maybe not as much on the actors. That's just my thoughts. But
I mean,
each individual experience is their own experience, so I can't speak for them. But we've heard horror stories.
I mean, the big example that I go to in recent years is David Harbour whenever he was talking about his Black Widow experience, and he kept, and this is the thing that I reference here and there again, is that they wanted changes, they wanted this, they wanted that, they being that Parliament, that head of execs, and you weren't hearing him talking about behind the scenes mess before the movie came out, because that wouldn't have been good PR for it. Granted, wasn't the biggest financial success as is. It was kind of middle of the road, but then after the movie came out, he was like, "Oh yeah, this was a mess."
I also want to bring this up.
That's just one example.
Yeah. So another thing is, I talked about this on Joe's stream yesterday before our stream yesterday. I had to think about that. So Scream, the most recent Scream movie, is coming to VOD in 31 days. And keep in mind, Paramount promised that they were going to keep movies in theaters for 45 days. And here they had an opportunity to do that, and they immediately take one of their biggest IPs and send it to VOD in 31 days.
Yeah. And they're already talking about a Scream 8, so
yeah, I saw that. So they're liars. Like, they're basically not, surprise, surprise, they're not being honest. I saw this here.
You mean people in Hollywood not being honest? Shock, shock, surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So here's an article where they talk about they did a little bit of the math to figure out how these movies are going to overlap with each other. It says the trouble with debt management is a real concern, and it's already affecting the industry. Paramount is dismantling Star Trek in its 60th year after a decade of unprecedented expansion. Still, in response from these fears about the theatrical business, Ellison committed to releasing 30 films per year from both studios. Looking at 2027's film slate, there are already 26 coming from Paramount and Warner Brothers. 6 of them, listen to this is crazy, 6 of them release on the same day.
There's no one on the planet more desperate than David fucking Ellison.
It says here, with at least 7 more a week apart. Meaning that 7 other films that come out of that 26 movies released within a week of each other.
How do you expect any of those to get any traction?
This is what I said, though. Like, I love that I get validated. We're going to take another look at validation for me here in a second as well, because I like to take my W's.
You glad that I'm the one that said validation, this? Eric?
I know I need it. I need the validation. But I talked about this already. I brought this up months ago. I think I brought it up before Christmas. I was like, there's no way to release 30 movies a year without compromising the integrity of the film. And when I mean integrity of the film, I mean its ability to stay in theaters and make money.
Yep. You're overloading yourself at that point.
It says here, films like Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and Godzilla x Kong Supernova will essentially compete with each other. They're going to be competing directly with each other.
On the 4th damn film already?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It says here, in the aftermath of the Warner Bros. Discovery merger, debt management led to the cancellation of marquee projects like Batgirl and a Scooby-Doo film, television series like Westworld, which, by the way, I like that show. I hate that they didn't finish it out. With others were canceled mid-production. A number of the films on the 2027 film slate are listed as Untitled Paramount Event Film or Untitled New Line Film. Especially for the films releasing the same day, the likelihood that one or even both end up scrapped increases. Setting aside the debt consideration, no studio release competing films on the same day, even at the height of record-breaking box office years in the 2010s. Meaning 6 movies come out on the same day is completely batshit crazy. Why would you do that? Why would anybody do that?
I don't want to know what goes on inside that individual's brain, because I would probably have a stroke.
I want to bring up here. All right, so this is another one. So Joshua M. Patton, I saw this on Twitter, posted here. Hold on, my shared screen lost audio connection for some reason.
Oh no.
Let's see here, hold on. Professional podcast, everyone.
I know, right?
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
They're not supposed to know about the curtain.
I know. Oh, here it goes.
Hey, you know what? We could set up our podcast like frickin' Max and Holly had on the Upside Down with how long they were talking.
Oh, that's true. All right, so it says here Joshua M. Patton, who is a writer for, I think it's Comic Book Resources, says there's a lot of speculation about the reason behind all Star Trek series ending at Paramount, from divisive fan response to politics. So I dug into the details, and the reason is likely what it was the past 2 times Star Trek shows ended: money. Now let's restate my reasons for why I think Star Trek is ending. Movies. I said movies. The cost of the episodes. That was another big one that I talked about. Yeah. The end of the contract with the showrunner. What else did I mention? Cost of movies, cost of showrunner.
Production cost of these episodes, like, that's a main reason as to why a lot of these series get canceled in the first place.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let's look and see what reasons they gave in this article, because I actually posted. It seemed like I was being kind of shitty, but I wasn't really. It just came across that way. So here's the article, and let's see what reasons he gave in his article.
Eric, is Spider-Man your favorite character? It's a question down there for you.
My individual favorite character from Marvel, yes. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, here we go. So Alex Kurtzman is leaving. This is his first reason. The architect of Star Trek's third wave of TV shows may no longer be at Paramount. So the showrunner is leaving. So that was one of my big ones. The second one they put here is, even before trying to bribe Warner Brothers, Skydance was drowning in Paramount's debt. This is the other reason that I gave, which is that they were already $14 billion in debt before they ever even went after Warner Brothers, coming into Paramount. Here's another one here. Where's it at? Skydance may want to direct creative control over Paramount's most important franchise, aka putting it in movie theaters, which is the other reason that's listed. So I was just like, wow, like every reason that I gave was posted there. And then on Twitter, I posted, this article has familiar reasons, like I've seen them before. And then I posted my video.
Yeah, that's like everyone's kind of... It's like a de facto smokescreen at this point. Oh, they saw the Spider-Man.
Well, I've never heard... Oh, yeah, this was a gift. So, I really don't care if somebody has the same opinions of me about this information, but let me tell you why I feel validated in it. And the reason why is because it means that I am right. And what I mean by that is, if everybody else out there can dig up the same information that I did based on all of the public available information, then I must be right. Because otherwise, how would they find it? How would that information be out there? Unless they just copied my video, and then that's another possibility too. But
I mean, it would be crazy if, like, say you made something up just for clout, and then the other person made up the same thing. Like, say you pretended to watch a movie 8 months before it came out, and then another person said they pretended to watch it. That just builds into a whole tower that's bound to crumble eventually, right?
I wasn't reading the chat for a second, but Zaya here says Flash is Eric's favorite superhero. My favorite DC superhero. I have Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel. Flash is my favorite DC.
Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel. Oliver Queen is my favorite DC.
I thought it was Ted Grant.
It's up there, but he's high up there. But Oliver Queen's my favorite.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get this out of the way, because we're 20 minutes in and we have some topics to cover. And yeah, let's do it. So we got a poster here for Supergirl. This is the new poster, as we can see, with her doing like the superhero pose.
I saw people posting this photo side by side with a Man of Steel image of these things, saying, "Oh, James Gunn's not beating these allegations." I'm like, go fucking touch grass, please.
I've retweeted people saying, just a reminder, it's not a James Gunn movie. I don't know why they keep doing that.
Right. He's not writing it. He's not producing it. He's not directing it. Yet people still want to make a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy comparison because of two reasons. It's in space, and there's a pop song in the trailer. That is it. There is no other comparison.
And there's an animal, like with Rocket or whatever. There's a little dog that flies around and stuff. But,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But... yeah, so this is the poster. I like this poster a lot. I think it's a good poster.
Yeah. I think that suit looks way better on her than on David.
You mean with the lines and stuff on it?
I mean, I'm still not crazy about the lines, but at least, like, from what we've seen, it looks like it fits her, because in the Superman movie, it looks really baggy on him, especially around the neck area. It just doesn't look like it's fitting.
I think, for some reason, I think this suit is just tailored a little bit better than his is. I don't know why. I don't know. I like it. We also had this article that kind of set the internet on fire. I did a video on this today. Actually, I did a video on both channels about this. If you were watching the Reloaded channel, I made a video on this article. On the Debunks channel, I made a video addressing someone who was reacting to this article. But Supergirl star Millie Alcock says, I really can't stop backlash and understands why Scorsese and Ridley Scott criticize superhero movies. Not every film is for everyone, which I was happy to hear that because I've been saying that a lot too.
Yep.
Here's what she had to say. Millie Alcock told Vanity Fair in a new interview that she's aware she'll face backlash over leading Warner Brothers' Supergirl simply because she's playing a female superhero. Welcome to 2026. I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie? I would love for people to point out a female superhero that has had a movie in the last 10 years that hasn't been controversial to some degree. Can you think of one? I can't think of one. I think all of them had some form of controversy.
Yeah. Because even the successful ones, like, even the one most people probably like, Wonder Woman, there's still a form of controversy behind Gal Gadot. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's always some form of controversy when it comes to like a woman as a lead character.
Yeah, it's probably the least controversial out of them, though.
And the reality is, it usually has nothing to do with what's in the movie.
Yeah.
Right? It's always something they did on the red carpet. It's some interview they did. This is a good example. It's something they said, something they did, something like with Gal Gadot. It's her, the military enlistment that she had with the Israeli military, which people have a big issue with that, and some of her other statements. I get it. People have problems with that. I understand. Brie Larson, there's a clip that was a deleted scene in the movie that they keep using where she the biker guy or whatever, and then the comment she made about some other unrelated films that were not Captain Marvel. Then when it comes to Rachel Zegler, it wasn't even a superhero thing, just any female-led movie at all. Rachel Zegler got blasted for stuff.
Dude, they loved going after Rachel Zegler last year. Holy shit.
Yeah, so if you were a woman playing any popular IP, not just a female superhero, any popular IP, you're going to be held down with some form of criticism. There's no lie there. I'm not saying that it's like, there's no criticism you can give these movies. I can give these movies lots of criticism, but specifically they get hate prior to the movie coming out because they're women in the industry, and that's really what it is. Says here, the 25-year-old actor is no stranger to dealing with intense fandoms, having broke out as a young Rhaenyra, I can never say her name right, Rhaenyra Targaryen, in the first season of HBO's Game of Thrones prequel series, House of the Dragon. It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on. We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. I can't really stop them. I can only be myself. So she's not playing a victim.
Nope.
She's saying, I'm just going to deal with it. Like, I'm just going to push on, which I think is a pretty admirable thing. But these guys have made so many videos saying, oh, she's playing a victim. There's no victim mentality in any of, like, she's not saying anything about it like that. Like, there's nothing in this article that makes me think she's a victim of anything.
So, as like a small little add-on to the conversation we were just having about, just these getting controversy for being, female-led, do you think people would have been singing the same tune about Leslie Grace had the Batgirl film released?
Yeah. What you mean, the Batgirl movie?
Do you think they would have been singing the same tune about her had that movie come out?
They had already talked about it. There was already videos about it before it was deleted, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. They were making videos about it. Are you saying that they would have kept doing it after the movie came out, basically? Is that what you're saying? Probably. I would say yes. Because Leslie Grace didn't look like the classic Batgirl, so they probably were going to say something about that. So
I don't know. I didn't care personally.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's my thing. If you watch them, so I've always said this: if you watch a movie and then you come out of that movie and you have issues with the movie, I am ready to hear it. I want to know what you thought about it. I don't give a fuck if you don't like an actor or an actress's red carpet interview before a movie comes out. Why do I give a fuck about that? Why do I care about that?
It has nothing to do with the movie.
But also, these are the same people that would be like, well, you should separate art from the artist. Well, then why the fuck do you care what they're saying in an interview or a red carpet?
And why do you cherry pick who you want to apply that rule to?
Yeah. It says here, Alcock debuted a super... Well, no, we're going to skip over this. This is just the more bit. It says, she goes, I was so shit scared that my life was over at 22, and of course it wasn't. Alcock said in the career anxiety that settled in and made the chance to audition for Supergirl all the more favorable. I kind of bullied myself into it. That's her kind of poking fun at herself. Vanity Fair also asked Alcock about legendary directors like Martin Scorsese and Ridley Scott speaking out against the superhero genre. Scorsese infamously compared comic book movies to theme park rides while talking about the worrisome state of film exhibition, while Scott said superhero movies are boring as shit and they aren't any good. Alcock does not seem to mind. And then she says this, I thought this was great. I get it. They've been around for fucking ever making phenomenal films. Listen to me, people. Not every film is for everyone. The beauty of art is that you can be selective.
You want to know one of the best things too, like with the whole being selective? If you don't want to see a movie like this, there's other genres out there. But if you really want to get down into the nitty gritty, there's other movies in a comic book movie genre that are out there too. So if this isn't your thing, but you still want to stay in the genre, you still have a wide array of options to go to.
Yeah, 100%.
It was the same bullshit last year. Whenever, I'll just use this as an example. Whenever Deadpool and Wolverine came out, it was always this thing. Whenever people at first seeing a lot of positive reactions, but then all these dumbasses online going, "Oh, is this what film has come to these days? Just reminding us of things from the past, turning it into cameo-filled slop to feed the pigs." I'm like, good God, guys, why are you attacking people for liking a movie? If you didn't like it, big fucking deal. There's other things in the genre and the comic movie genre that you can go if you don't want fan service the movie, or in this instance, if you don't want, space, piratey, aliens, with a little bit of pop and some color to it. If you don't want that, there's other fucking movies you can go watch. No one's forcing you to watch the movie. No one's gagging you and handcuffing you, dragging you into the theater, telling you to go see the movie. You make the choice yourself. Jesus Christ, I hate entitled nerds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Somebody was asking if there are people mad about this. Yes, there are people on the internet right now upset about this interview. I did a reaction to one of them on the Debunks channel if you haven't seen it yet. I did highlight this comment. Be honest, guys. Like us, just want movies, shows, and games to stay faithful to the source material. Example, Mary Jane has always been naturally a beautiful person, whether it's alt or 616. I would go as far to say that I don't, and this is just me, right? I don't care how faithful it is as long as what I get is good. Like, as long as the thing presented to me is something that I like and I have a good time with, I don't care if they change it. I honestly do not care. I've said this for many, many years. It doesn't matter to me if they're going to change something, as long as it's meaningful, it's good, and I had fun watching it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Just me personally. Okay, we're going to watch the trailer. So let's go ahead.
Sorry, I just had to get that soapbox ran out because it was on
That's
my
okay.
mind.
That's all right. All right, so here's the trailer. I am hoping, you said you didn't have any issue with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, granted, so what I did to my reaction, and this goes for anybody out there who does reactions, I found out that this now works twice when you're doing with Warner Brothers stuff, and maybe they'll get rid of this part because they don't want this secret out there. So you can see this trailer. I trimmed the widescreen bars. Mm-hmm. I did the corner rounding to where it's in an oval shape, and in my editor, I lowered the opacity from 100 to 50. That's all I did, and it worked.
I don't think we'll be able to do any of that on stream.
Right. I'm just saying, for people who like do reactions and stuff, there's a little tip for you.
So, in other words, this will probably be missing from this video, but I'm sure if anybody's watching this on playback, you've already seen it. We're going to watch the whole trailer all the way through like we always do, and then we'll give our thoughts on it at the end.
What
so here we go. The trailer might be missing.
That's the joke.
Okay.
Stitch day.
Let me mute this because I know that they love to play randomly. So much better trailer than the first one. I think this is a much, much better trailer.
And I still really like that first trailer.
I think the first trailer was good. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think that this was just a better trailer. I think this gives us an idea more of what the story is going to be, what we're going to be doing. And I actually think, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, there were points where, like, I was looking at this trailer, I'm like, okay, that is right from the comic. Because, like, I reread Woman of Tomorrow recently, and looking at certain shots here, I'm like, okay, I see it. That's why you see me in my reaction doing like this a bunch, because I recognize shots like that. And God, this is probably gonna end up being my favorite thing in the DCU.
I actually am. This is the most excited I've been for any of the new DCU projects.
I'm a hell of a lot more excited for this than I was Superman. I mean,
yeah, I am too.
Granted, that film really let me down. The only project I've liked so far in the DCU has been Creature Commandos. So I think this is going to easily take first place for the moment.
I got some notes to go through here. Clark seems more comfortable with humanity. Kara's being presented as more isolated and emotionally disconnected, which, based on what we see in this trailer, totally makes sense.
Yep. She saw Krypton die and remembers.
Yeah, she's dealing with that. Like when she says, "I have no people," like Clark has Earth. She has no one. She doesn't feel like she fits in anywhere.
I love that. The difference there between them.
It also looks like we're going to be spending some time in Argo City at the very least to see what it's like there and what's going to be happening. Did you get that impression?
Maybe. I don't know how long we'll be there, but
you think it might just be flashbacks?
That's my guess.
Okay. Well, it's going to make her. It's going to give her a stronger connection to Krypton and Kryptonian people for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Zor-El appears to have a bigger role than he normally gets. I think was that Zor-El in the trailer that we saw? Was he being cast in the movie?
Oh, the one you saw looking into the pod?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
No, I mean, like, is that confirmed?
I believe that's confirmed. Yeah.
Let me see. Who's the actor playing? Jason Bear. No, that's Supergirl. The Supergirl movie. Not Supergirl TV show. David Krumholtz.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with him. If anybody in the chat is, feel free to give a shout out to something he's been in.
Name alone does not ring a bell.
Let's see. What else do I have there in my notes? Krim seems like he's a fucking dirtbag for sure.
Yeah. And we were talking about this on Lance's stream earlier. I'm fine with that because, like, the way he looks, I don't really have an issue with. Because, like, if you look how he is in the comics, he looks, what's the word I want to use? He's got like a swashbuckling space pirate look, which you'd think would fit the theme of this movie, but it almost kind of looks like what Aquaman looked like in comics whenever they incorporated Jason Momoa's hair and tattoos into it. Is what this character looks like. And somebody made the comparison on Lance's stream. They were like, grown, good-looking man beating on two little girls. Yeah, that's going to be a bad impression. So having him look like a disposable dirtbag, I think is fine.
Let's see here. We know the revenge mission. Ruthie, obviously, and then Crypto being poisoned is going to be the two things driving her. Some people are saying it seems like Crypto might be the more important thing, which is different from the comic because Ruthie is the more important story in the comic. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think so. I mean, I think Crypto's going to be there, but we're like going to get a likely a different side to him than what you saw in something like Superman. And a lot of people loved him in that movie. I personally didn't. I feel like I might here. But I even made this comment too with all those shots that you see of Crypto where he's kind of roughed up. I said, I wonder if Gunn had any influence on those scenes at all, because as we've seen in things like Guardians 3 and Creature Commandos, he loves putting animals through trauma.
Let's see what else I have in my notes over here. Oh, Lobo. Lobo was really good in the trailer as well.
Great. We saw the bike. We saw the chain. Oh man, I'm
Uh, it looks like he's going to be in multiple parts though, because like here we see like a daytime shot, but we also see him at the bar fighting with early. I guess probably early in the film.
yeah.
How much Lobo do you think we're going to get? You think he's going to be a big part of the movie, or what?
Um, if I had to make a comparison, we might get as much Lobo in this movie as we got of Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman. Just as like a frame of reference, it might be about that much.
Okay.
If you can remember that off the top of your head.
Yeah, yeah,
Like so not obviously more than a cameo, but not like a main character.
yeah. I also want to say the cinematography looks really good in this, much better than that first trailer we got. It seems like they're doing a lot of work in post production right now before the movie comes out.
I mean, I was fine with the way it looked before.
Yeah, I just think it looks a little more polished now than it did previously. So also they're making it very clear that this isn't just a woman Superman.
Yeah.
Like it's a very different character, which I think is really important as well. Chat, thumbs up for the trailer, thumbs down for the trailer. Let us know what you thought about it. I'm curious if people liked it or not. If you had any issues with it, let us know.
But yeah, they're not able to promote the actor for Criminal of the Yellow Hills as much because, well, the actor's currently in prison, so they can't exactly do much with that. Yeah, and in case anybody just forgot that, or they're like, why isn't the main villain being shown much? That's why. And apparently his release is supposed to be like right before the movie comes out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move past the Supergirl stuff. While we do that, I'll remind you guys, we are still looking for 5 super chats. I already put up the poll. Hey, what's up, Jarbo? I put up the poll, and these are the options if we hit the 5 super chats for the night. You get to choose, Jake, get ready, top 3 best movie mid/post credit scenes.
All right.
That's the first choice. The second one is top 3 worst movie mid and post credit scenes. So we have 2 options there.
Oof,
Top 3 worst. Go ahead.
I said, and a lot of options for both.
Yeah. Top 3 worst movie castings of all time. So actors that were just not right for the role.
Chat, please vote that one. Please vote.
Or top 3 DC characters of all time, like our favorite DC characters of all time.
Fair.
So those are the options. All we need is 5 super chats at any tier. If you guys want to donate, you can do it. That's on the Reloaded channel. If we hit those 5, we will definitely pick one of those to do. And it seems like Jake really wants the worst movie casting.
Yeah,
so,
I could piss so many people off with that one. Oh my god.
All right. Let's take a look now at something going on over at Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh god.
Super Mario Galaxy movie is at 44% with critics, with 79 reviews. What do you think, Jake?
You know my stance on Rotten Tomatoes. I trust it as far as I could throw it.
The funny thing is, I wanted to show this. Like, if you look back at the first movie, the critics didn't like the first movie either, guys. Look at this, 59% on the first movie, and it went on to make a ton of money.
Yeah,
and the fans love it. 95% fan reception.
Yes, and okay, I'm just gonna go and say this: a movie like this and its sequel is not for these film critics. At the end of the day, it's not. It's for a family with 3, 4, 5 kids there to all get together, go to the movies with their family, have a good time. Maybe some of the older guys like us will get the Nintendo references thrown in there as like a little tongue-in-cheek thing. You know, you're probably going to laugh. You're probably going to smile. You might get a little emotional here or there. And at the end of the day, like if the movie's a good time and it entertained you, that's what movies are made to do. It doesn't have to be like this groundbreaking piece of cinema that, you know, breaks boundaries and, you know, breaks new ground, it does something never been done before. That's not the kind of movie it is. These movies know what they are. They're trying to be fun family entertainment. It's a fucking video game movie, for crying out loud. I'm going to get on a lot of soapboxes tonight, I fear.
I feel like it. I feel like you might do that. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the reactions to this. First, we're going to take a look at what places have scored it, right? So Seattle Times gave it the highest score, which was 7.5 out of 10. Collider gave it a 7. Looper gave it a 7. Everyone's favorite, IGN, gave it a 6. Time Out gave it a 6. Total Film gave it a 6. Playlist gave it a 5. Screen Rant gave it a 5.
Oh, well, not to trust that one.
Boston Globe gave it a 5. The Independent gave it a 4. New York Times gave it a 3. Screen Daily gave it a 3. The Wrap gave it a 2.5. Variety gave it a 2. Guardian gave it a 2. And the Times gave it a 0. That's the scoring. But I want to read a couple of the statements here. The Guardian, this was taken from The Guardian here. Visually dull and worse than AI was in their review.
You have not seen how bad AI can get.
Worse than AI? Is there a possibility it's that bad?
Also, to Philly's comment up there, Mario's not Citizen Kane. I made that exact same thing earlier. It's not like you're going into this movie and expecting it to be, Citizen Kane or The Godfather or whatever the fuck praised a movie I can't think of right now. Yeah.
I can't imagine, based on what we saw in the trailer, this is worse than AI. That seems like hyperbole, in my opinion.
No, I'm stoked for this movie.
Over here, we have this from the Hollywood Handle. The Super Mario Galaxy movie was made for YouTube Shorts viewers. The constant need to add an action sequence every time the story, with lots of potential, begins to develop makes it feel like another soulless animated film.
If this person praised a Transformers or Fast and Furious movie at all, I don't want to hear it.
Wow, they really don't like this. However, Discussing Film says, the Super Mario Galaxy movie proves that a Nintendo Wii game from 2007 can feel more cinematic and emotional than a $100 million animated film.
Wait, say that again?
It's not a good statement.
Wait.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie proves that a Nintendo Wii game from 2007 can feel more cinematic and emotional than a $100 million animated film.
They probably barely even played the game.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, people just going out of their way to hate shit like this with...
Well, look at this one right here.
Fabricated statements they probably use... Okay, I'm sorry. They want to say it's worse than AI. I guarantee you half these quote-unquote reviews were written with ChatGPT.
Gizmodo writer here, Jermaine, says, I did not like the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I know these movies are for kids, but other animation houses somehow to find a way to make kids movies that adults can enjoy too. This isn't that. It's just stuff, lots of stuff on top of stuff. And then he gave a full review, which we're not going to read here. But I think people forget that these are supposed to be fun movies. I don't know what they're expecting from a Super Mario movie. And look, I'm not saying the bar needs to be on the floor. I'm not saying that.
But I'm saying that on the floor when we got a Mario movie in the 80s. That was the bar on the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh.
That's true. I'm still going to clock this and say it's $1 billion movie.
Oh, easily.
Regardless of what the critics say. The critics say.
Minecraft was $1 billion movie, and it's got about the same Rotten Tomatoes scores this has right now.
Yeah. And last one we're going to look at here. The Super Mario Galaxy movie review. This lazy junk will probably make $1 billion.
Make a better movie than The Wrap.
Oh, I don't know. I just find it hilarious that people... I can't take stuff this seriously. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't. I can't go, I need a Super Mario movie to be the highest level of art there possibly is. I just want to go in and have a good fucking time. If I can have a good fucking time, that's all I care about with this movie. I don't need it to be like the highest art I've ever seen in the world. Like, I just don't need it to be that.
It's a movie about a plumber who jumps on brown derpy mushroom guys. Like, it's a movie about a game based off that. This is not like...
I know.
I'm going to get on a soapbox again, so can we just move on, please?
All right, yeah. Cody with the $2 super chat. Our first super chat of the night. We only need 4 more to hit the goal. And we're going to get... Oh, Jake, you know what's winning? You might want to rally the troops. Top 3 worst movie castings is winning right now.
Oh, chat, you're coming through.
4 more super chats. We can lock that in.
Yeah.
A game with 18 minutes of cinematics talking about Super Mario Galaxy.
Really good-looking cinematics, too, for a 19-year-old game. Fuck, I just said that out loud and I realized it. Oh, my God.
Too funny. All right. Yeah, they're acting like it's a Nolan movie. Yeah, I know, Tony.
No,
like,
right? That is a great comparison, actually. Good God.
The Martin Scorsese Super Mario Galaxy movie is coming out soon. So, all right. So we have reached the point where we are going to watch a trailer with the masters of the universe.
Uh-oh. I'm kidding.
This one will probably get claimed because of the company that released it. So,
yep.
It will be gone, but you can watch it somewhere else and then come back and hear what we have to say. Also, we're going to watch a trailer for Avatar. It's not a full trailer. It's like a trailer teaser. That will probably be missing as well because it is Netflix. So, anyway, let's go.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you.
Cringer!
Mila!
I have to pause it here for a second. I feel like Spider-Man Brand New Day made everybody step their trailers up because I really enjoy the Supergirl trailer and this looks really good too. I just had to pause it there to say that. I feel like we are at a level where now, remember when I said whoever Marvel hired to cut the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day, just let them make trailers for everybody. Like, whoever that is, if it's a company, if it's one person, just hire them for everything.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of trickle-down effect from that.
Yeah.
Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
Fuck. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world.
It's all my fault. I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. And when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall.
Here we go. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God.
The universe shall quake in my shadow.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it.
Trust me, I know how to use it.
Wow.
Each
tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
Oh my god, this looks so fucking good.
This
to
movie's
me.
gonna rip, man.
This shot right here, this is what I was looking for.
Yeah, I didn't react to this one today, but as soon as I saw that shot, like I started saying the line, and then a second later he started saying it. I just felt so vindicated.
I was skeptical about the nostalgia bait of this movie when we got the first trailer. I was like, I don't know, this movie's probably not going to do that well. I think there is one wild card about this movie that might affect its sales. Do you know what that is?
Yep. Does it rhyme with Barraghetto?
Yes, that's the one thing I'm concerned about. Now, keep in mind, he's pretty much all we see is the Skeletor face, and we hear his voice, like him doing a take on the voice from the cartoon.
Can you pull that up real quick? Sorry.
Which one?
That Philly Phil dude's comment.
Philly Phil?
Yeah. Philly Phil dude.
Why am I not seeing that?
The one that has or Ragnarok in the comment.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, there we go. I was in the
not
wrong room.
Disagree more. Could not disagree more. Anyway, sorry. You were saying.
Well, no. Why though? Why don't you think it has Thor Ragnarok written all over it? Because you don't like Thor Ragnarok, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the same movie at all. Like this movie knows what it is. Like it's leaning into the camp. I mean, granted, I haven't seen the film yet. There's probably going to be some comedy there, but the characters aren't going to probably be made into bumbling idiots like Taika Waititi likes to do.
Superior says, well, it gives Thor Ragnarok vibes.
That's an opinion, and I do not share it.
It's Skeletor in time. Oh my god.
Fuck.
Thor Ragnarok is a travesty on film. So I think again, this trailer is a step up from the first trailer that we got. Just like I felt with Supergirl. I think Supergirl's second trailer was a step up. The fight choreography that we get to see for like the 10 seconds looks really good. I think the visuals look good. It feels like a cartoon in live action, which is what I really wanted from this movie. And Nicholas as Adam / He-Man. I'm buying it now.
Yeah.
I'm buying it. Like in this shot right here, this is He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good about it, honestly. I think this is going to be a good one. Chat.
My wallet's going to be hurting by the end of the summer.
This summer's going to be crazy. It's going to go so hard. Pause on that. Chat, thumbs up or thumbs down on the Masters of the Universe trailer. Anthony says, it looks good. I don't think it'll make that much at the box office because these days you don't know what the fuck Masters of the Universe.
What?
People don't know. I think Anthony is saying people don't know what the fuck is a Master of the Universe.
It's in the title of the movie.
Serenity says Ragnarok was full goofy and silly. This looks like a serious film with levity.
Yep.
Do you agree with that?
Yep. Hundo.
Okay. Most people are saying thumbs up. Or thumbs halfway up, I guess, at least.
This movie is going to rip, dude. I'm telling you.
It's going to be really interesting. This year feels similar to like 2024. No, 2023 when we started getting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, guys, 2024, the summer was barren.
Yes. 2023 was the year when everything was on top of each other.
I was going to say, because in 24, Deadpool and Wolverine carried the summer on its back.
Yeah. This is going to be another stacked year, or stacked summer, leading into the fall, into the winter. It's going to be pretty crazy. All right, let's see. I should have brought more topics because I thought we were going to have more people.
Oh.
So I was like, we're going to have so much to talk about and everybody's going to be here. And they all left us out to dry.
Oh, well.
It's okay. All right, so let's watch the... Yeah, go ahead.
So everybody that didn't show up, you're docking their pay, right?
Yes, of course. No, yet like last night when I said we got so many trailers to watch, everybody seemed very enthusiastic about watching trailers. So I was like, okay, everybody's gonna be here, and then like, oh, okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you're the only one that matters, Jake. Daredevil. Yeah, we are going to talk Daredevil. Did you watch Daredevil, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Invincible doesn't come out until tomorrow.
Good. I don't want to talk about it.
However, I will say we have 2 episodes of Daredevil to talk about, so we could start talking about that a little early. You know, that's the joke, Dalton.
Oh,
That's the joke.
Did you see Phil's comment?
So, yeah. Give me a second. Let's do this Avatar trailer thing, and then we'll get all that sorted. Let's see. All right, this is an Avatar. It's not a trailer. It's like a announcement trailer. So it's like it's scenes with dialogue in between.
Ooh, Serenity. I like that. Jake gets everyone else's pay. I can get behind that.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Darren's computer's acting strange. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that a joke or is that real?
No, I was laughing at Jason's comment. Said, "Fuck, other people want to hear about Invincible."
Well, the new episode isn't out yet,
I know.
right? No, the new episode's not out yet.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It
right.
doesn't come out till later tonight.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Season 2 has been insane.
It's definitely a level up this season.
Stepping back into it has been exciting.
We all have that chemistry from shooting season 1. What a try! And we're super excited
Oh,
to bring
tough.
me into the gang.
It's kind of surreal. I have to like pinch myself.
Oh my God, she looks so good.
Every time I walk to set, my jaw is on the floor.
He got so much older between seasons.
Seeing Boston Say is incredible. They've like built it all outside.
It's adult.
Being a fan of
age.
the original, I'm freaking out on the inside because now that we're past season 1, we're into the real meat of the story. And especially with the fight scenes that we have this season, it's mind-blowing to see how much everyone
Oh
has
my
grown.
God.
All the bending styles are really elevated this season. I'm so excited for fans to see what's next for
I
these
cannot
characters.
fucking wait. This looks so good to me.
Elizabeth Yu is so good.
What is going on? This year is crazy. 2025 or 2026 is going so hard right now.
Crazy.
Oh
with a
my
capital
God.
Crazy with a capital C-R-A-Z-Y.
Why does everything look so good? It's like when you go to somebody's house to eat and they have everything out on the table looks really fucking good. Oh my
I mean,
God.
what would you rather? Would you rather like having to pick from so many good stuff or having to pick the least
I just feel
thing out of a bunch of bad?
no. Look, I'm excited for it because I do feel like we went through some rough shit. You know what I mean? Like there's some ups and
Yeah.
downs in quality on stuff. Like, okay, let's just recap just what we looked at tonight. Okay. Supergirl looks fucking incredible to me, right? I'm still gonna go see Super Mario Galaxy movie, regardless of what the critics say, because I like the first one.
Oh yeah.
Master of the Universe looks incredible as well. Is there a Backrooms trailer?
I haven't seen one.
Wait, is that what you mean, Reed? And then this.
Yep.
And we're watching Daredevil right now, which, by the way, these 2 episodes, I cannot wait to fucking talk about it. I cannot wait. Now, this is what I wanted to say because Phil wanted to jump on. Does Phil want to jump on to talk about Daredevil? Because that's literally the only thing we have left to talk about.
Yeah, he's seen it.
Oh, has he? Okay. Oh, that's right. He's already seen most of the season, right? Or all the season?
Yeah.
So, all right, there's a Backroom trailer. Let's watch that, and then we will we'll see. Again, 4 super chats away from getting Jake's pick. 4.
Guys, YouTube is killing this channel.
Anyway, let's look for the Backrooms trailer, by the way.
Forget about the Supergirl trailer. That's one of the first things we talked about. Where you been? Sorry.
No, it's okay. So, Stagger War says, "Did you guys see the Harry Potter trailer yet?" We talked about. When did we talk about it? Last week? Were you on when we talked about it?
It came out Wednesday.
Yeah, but we did talk about it, right? Because I talked about Black Snape and all the drama around it. We watched that, so
you showed that really bad AI video. Yeah.
Which, by the way, we only watched like 10 seconds of it, and then I pulled it down.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've already talked about it, Stagger War. If you want to watch it again, I will watch it again, but only with the super chat. The reason why is because it will definitely get flagged and will demonetize the stream.
If somehow nothing else has by now, that definitely will.
It will, 100%. Yep. Warner Brothers is bad about stuff like that.
I wish they would just realize that it's fucking free marketing.
I know their trailers should be fair game. All right, hold on. Yeah, we talked about it on Thursday, but I will watch the trailer with everybody if somebody wants to send $1 over on Super Chat or something.
I enjoyed the trailer. Dude, I was in so many.
We're on Joe Blow trailers. When I typed it in, this was the first thing that popped up. So
I was in so many back and forth debates with people about the whole Snape thing. I'll fucking get into that conversation again if someone wants to go into it. I'll defend.
Cody, I'll tell you this. I could talk for an hour about the 2 Daredevil episodes tonight. There was so much to cover.
Yeah.
I could talk for an hour, for sure. I have a feeling that people are really excited to talk about Daredevil. So let's watch this Backrooms trailer.
I found something. In the store.
Okay. What did you find?
The place.
Before we go any further in this, I want to say that this is going to kill the internet creepypastas about Backrooms.
I have no idea what this is.
Okay, before we watch it, there's this liminal spaces Backrooms creepypasta stuff that people on the internet talk about. It's been around for years. Essentially, it's big open spaces, and those big open spaces with weird lighting creates an atmosphere, and then that atmosphere becomes the Backrooms. And it's an endless hallway of rooms that you can't get out of. That's what it is.
Okay.
But I think that a movie about it is going to kill everybody's interest in it, if that makes any sense. So,
okay.
But let's see if this is any good. Let's see if it's any good.
I found a place.
Hello? Anyone there?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here with proof.
All right, you filming?
Yeah. Follow my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been there every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface.
It's the actress from Shrinking.
Yeah, I noticed
her
that.
name.
Oh my God. Pull me up! What do you see?
All these rooms. This place builds them. It's like a maze. It just goes on and on. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me? I don't understand. What is this?
It's beautiful. Am I right?
Hello?
Okay.
Thank you for clicking on our
No Joe Blow outro. So yeah, this is like if you look up Backrooms on the internet, this is what it is.
It's like an even weirder version of Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, it's like an internet thing for sure.
I I really hope nothing else would remind me of that movie, but here we are.
I agree, Superior Nav. This would be cool as a short film, but not as a feature. So,
God, just saying that name reminded me of how much I did not like that movie.
all right, we got some super chats. All right, hold on, let's pull this down. By the way, Jake, can you send the thing to Phil?
Yeah, I
you
can.
have access. And we're gonna talk about Daredevil as soon as we're done with these super chats. But we will let everybody know. I'll let everybody know before we go into that. $2 super chat from Cartoon49. Did you see Project Hail Mary yet? Yes, I've seen it. Did you see it, Jake?
I have not yet, no.
But you've read the book, though, right?
Yeah, I read the book.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It's probably one of my favorite movies of the year, which isn't a high bar because we're still early into the year.
Yep.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
It is officially April Fool's Day, so everybody watch what you say.
Yeah, so I will not be covering any news that drops tomorrow. It has to drop on the 2nd or the 31st. Like, I'm not talking about anything that happens tomorrow.
We're done with the 31st now, so if anything drops in the middle of the night, then nope.
Yeah. Project Hail Mary was a great movie.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I have nothing negative to say about it. It's a lot of fun. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No. But like I said before, we have to have space for good movies that are just okay. Like, that's fine to be an okay movie. Not everything has to be at a 10 out of 10 every time.
You said it is your favorite of the year?
Of the year, yes.
Okay.
So far.
I've only seen one in the theater so far this year, so.
Okay. Yeah. Phil has arrived. What's up?
Hey, man.
Good
Thanks
to
for the
see
invite.
you.
I appreciate it.
What's up,
Yeah,
Phil?
no problem.
Always happy to watch.
Yeah, you're very active in the chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do. So,
yeah.
South Texas Shark with a $2 super chat. Netflix raises their prices again. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. Yeah, the streaming services are eating themselves alive. Like, that's just what's happening.
Yeah, they are.
Not only Netflix, but Sony's doing it too with their consoles.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's right. So the PlayStation, guys, if you ever wanted to buy one of the more expensive PlayStations, you need to get on that, crowdfund it, fucking GoFundMe, whatever you got to do. You need to buy it soon because they're about to raise prices, and the most expensive one is going to be almost $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I got mine back in like 2021 when they were what you would call lower priced compared to what they are now.
I think I got mine in 22. Yeah, 2022, I think. So
I think that's around the time I got mine too, Phil, was 2022.
Yeah, I have to get a new controller now because mine, brand new one I bought 2 years ago, stick drift.
God.
Oh, already?
Damn. Already, yeah. First PlayStation controller in all the time I've owned a PlayStation console. First time.
Wow, that's crazy.
I love how, like an older console, like whether it's a PS2 or a GameCube or an N64, will last perfectly fine for 25 years. PS5 breaks after 3.
I was shocked.
You know, the only issue I had with my PS5 controller was it wouldn't hold a charge. After a while, I had to get a new controller because the battery just eventually stopped working at it. I got an aftermarket controller because I just needed one for the time or whatever.
Yeah.
It's also bad, so I ended up just buying another PS5, primary controller.
Well, they sell them in those bundle packs, don't they?
Yeah, I got 2 of them. Yeah. There you go. Steigervor with the 99-cent super chat, just donating to the show. Thank you so much. Because, Jake, we did reach the goal. And right now, top 3 worst movie castings is still number 1. So,
I'm going to have so much fun with that one.
Nelly Belly 420 with a cat profile picture. Just, I love this, all of this right here. $5 super chat. I just want to say hi, Eric. This is Eric. Surprisingly, that's how I actually spell my name. Z-R-I-C. The mystique of my name on the internet is just spelled this way because Eric, like that, was taken when I created my channel, so I had to spell it a different way. So that's why.
It's unique.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's surprising. But it's really funny because people still have trouble either spelling it or saying it. Like here on the internet, obviously, people get it. But in real life, because it is my brand name for my DJ business, they're always like, how do you spell Eric? I'm like, Air and Rick. Just put them together. And that's how it works.
Yeah.
And, so.
Right.
Anyway. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says, top 3 films so far this year. I'll say Send Help, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and Project Hail Mary. I haven't seen Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, but I've seen Sin Help and Project Hail Mary, and I enjoyed both of those movies.
I was about to say, what did you think of Sin Help? Because I don't think I ever talked to you about it.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a good time with it. I thought it was a good movie.
Nice.
Wait, did you not like it?
Hell no, I love that movie.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it seems like something you would really enjoy.
Dude, you know who that director is?
Yes, of course. And Ready or Not 2, is that the one that's out right now? That's somebody keeps suggesting that, and I haven't seen that yet.
That came out 27th, I think.
Okay.
It's the Samara Weaving one, right?
Yes. I saw the first one. First one was fun. I haven't seen the second one. I had not been to the movies. I've been very picky and choosy because I just recently today gained employment again, so I'll be going to the movies more often. So
fucking congratulations on that. In this job market, congratulations.
It's been a bitch, dude. And I even have another interview tomorrow with another company, so I'm still just like, you know.
Yeah. But at least you're locked in on something. You know what I mean? Like, that's good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your fucking shirt. I just noticed what you're wearing. That's fucking
thank you.
great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking forward to Supergirl for the record. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So before we answer the super chat, since you weren't here, you want to give your quick thoughts on the 2 trailers we watched? What you thought of them?
Well, that Backrooms one was kind of wild. Didn't know that.
Oh,
was
the
a
3
until
trailers.
today.
I mean, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I forgot about that one already.
Pretty huge Motu fan, so I'm looking forward to that movie a bit. And I love the Woman of Tomorrow book, and all the stuff in the trailer is ripped straight from that book. And you just add a sprinkle of Jason Momoa Lobo, and I am totally over. Creme of the Yellow Hills looking like garbage, but that's like, that's a nitpick more than anything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. I think Supergirl is going to be dope.
Low key, I was ready to be mad and be like, Jason Momoa, he was typecast as Lobo, and I don't like it. But when I saw that scene in the trailer, I'm like, I never thought he like nailed Aquaman, but Lobo, 100%.
I don't know if you can see it, but that poster right there next to the Joker one is actually signed by Snyder. And Deborah Snyder and Damon Caro and Patrick Tatopoulos. I love the Snyder stuff. I love those 3 movies.
Right.
So Jason Momoa's Aquaman, I think, I like the casting, but even my dad's like, that's not Aquaman.
So this is weird. I liked him in the first movie. I thought he was really good in the first movie. And then in the second movie, I felt like something shifted. Yeah. And it just didn't feel quite the same as the first movie. I liked the second movie, but I think the first movie was much better than the second movie.
In that second movie, Orm felt more like Aquaman than Aquaman.
That's what I felt like.
Yeah, that second movie is just riddled with a couple flaws, but I think it's still fun. I think it's the funnest sequel that came out in 2023.
That's
the
you're
bar is
probably right.
incredibly low.
But you're probably right. Super Jones Bro with the $5 super chat. I think this is on the Debunks channel. Yeah, thank you for contributing, Super Jones Bro. Thoughts on recent quartering exposed? No joke. The Kino Bros dug up his affiliation and bull and a sex cult.
Oh, that's on par with what happened with Christy Noem today. That's for sure.
Yeah, I saw that. Holy fuck, my mind was blown by it. I honestly thought it was fake because there's so much AI. I'm like, is this real? I had to follow the breadcrumbs to figure out if it was real or not. His conservative grip is imploding. Look, I've never been a fan of the quartering. If you watch any of my videos about the quartering on my Debunks channel, even when I've given him credit, it's been about knowing how YouTube functions. Bad people can do things well. It's just, that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
I think he's a bad person, so I don't have any problem with him being exposed for being in a sex cult. If that's what he's doing, then totally fair game if it's out there on the internet. But yeah, Christy Noem, that was crazy. That I had never even heard of this fetish before. This is how crazy it was. Apparently, her husband is in a bimboization fetish where they don't dress up like women, but he wears fake boobs and a fake ass, so he looks like a Kardashian, but with no makeup and no hair.
Just saying it out loud sounds stupid.
Oh,
no, I didn't think it was real.
It is just as absurd as it sounds.
And then she's like, I didn't know it was happening. So you didn't know there was size 500 breast in your closet somewhere? You never saw those?
No, she's too busy putting bullets in puppies' heads.
And apparently sleeping with one of her associates as well. So there, there's all that going on. Today was a crazy day for the news. I don't get super political on the Nerdcast, but it's just so many things happened today in the news with the ballroom shit getting shut down. So many things are going on, and I'm like, it's only one day, and there was 7 different stories today that happened. I couldn't even keep up, and all these trailers came out. I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, it was a busy day. All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to actually start the Daredevil discussion a little bit early because I know Phil's here and he's seen... Have you seen all of the season so far?
All of it. I've seen all of it.
Okay, so he's seen all the season. I want to hear his thoughts on these 2 episodes. Jake and I both just got done watching it. I'm sure a lot of you guys just got done watching it. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to put up... let's see here. Daredevil Born Again spoilers are up. So if anybody stops in, this is scrolling over our head here. And we're going to be talking about both... Superior Dev says, wait, who wears fake boobs? Oh my gosh, that was a delayed response. You can just look up bimboization fetish on Twitter, and this is the only story that will pop up. So we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again, episodes 2 and 3 back-to-back. By the way, brilliant idea to put these 2 episodes back-to-back because they went together so fucking well. It was like a little Daredevil movie. I had a good time with it. So spoilers are up for Daredevil Born Again. If anybody is leaving from the chat, thank you guys so much for being here. We will be back on Thursday with the Nerdcast talking probably Invincible, even though Jake's not watching it. I don't know. Yeah, Reed, have a great night. Come back and watch the rest of the stream after you're done. I really can't wait to talk about these episodes, so I'm trying to hurry up and get through all this spiel. But yeah, come back on Thursday for the Nerdcast. We'll be talking about a bunch of different topics. But we're going to get into episodes 2 and 3 of Daredevil Born Again, which when people told me we were just going to keep ramping up, I didn't realize that was literally what was going to be happening in the episode. So there we go. All right, Daredevil spoilers up. We always have 100 people watching. No matter what channel you're on, drop a like, because likes mean love, and I love you all. So please drop some likes on the video. I do appreciate that. And if Lance is watching from his bed, Lance, drop a like. 'Cause I know you usually watch when you're laying in bed with your wife, and I don't even want to know anything about that. But anyway,
one of Lance's fetishes we need to get to the bottom of.
Oh, don't even. He will be so mad if he hears you say that, for sure, 100%. All right, so let me remove the screen share down here.
It's fine. I'm not begging Lance for money. We're cool.
That's true. That is true. Your name doesn't start with a number and a letter and has a letter second. All right. So I hope I got these titles right. I wrote my notes over here. Episode 2 was titled "Shoot the Mood." Is that correct? Is that the episode title? I hope I'm right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's start out. Hell's Kitchen feels like a police state. The episode opens with the bodega incident that turns ugly fast. Fisk's Anti-Vigilante Task Force, or AVTF, escalates a small situation to a full abuse of power crackdown, going after the shop owner, a kid, and an innocent woman. The point is not subtle in the beginning of this episode. Fisk's city is now running on fear. That's what we get at the beginning of the episode. It seems like, to be quite honest, I know I don't want to talk politics, but it seems like a shot directly out of something that might be happening in the United States right now. And I know that they couldn't have possibly predicted the future because they were filming this before a lot of this happened. But it looks very much, I'm like, this is supposed to be shocking to us. And it was, in the sense that, like, I can't believe it's happening, but it wasn't so shocking that I'm like, this would never happen, because we've seen it happen. We've seen this kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this season in the sense of setting up this concept of, like, a private police force that just does whatever Fisk wants to do? Do you like that concept? Is that something that you think blends well with the world of Daredevil? I know that the comic book obviously covered this in several stories, but with Fisk as mayor. But how do you think it works in this? Because we do have a lot of superheroes in New York that we're not seeing while all this is going on. So, general thoughts?
You can go first, Jake.
I mean, when you just look at just the concept of an anti-vigilante task force on its own, kind of instinctively while watching the episodes, I just found myself thinking, oh, this series is doing everything with an anti-vigilante task force that Arrow was too afraid to do.
True.
Because they were really tame in that regard, and like you didn't get to see the ramifications, whereas this time you do. And you know, with who is at the top in the mayor's seat, you know how they operate, and obviously, like we see, you know, by the events of Spider-Man, we know something obviously goes wrong there. Something doesn't quite go the big bald man's way, and what the hell is it? What's his name? My God, I can't remember the character's name. The guy who was impersonating Daredevil.
Are you talking about Wilson Bethel?
Dex, I think is his name. Yeah,
Poindexter.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
Bullseye. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking of a different alter ego for it. But
Just
yeah,
say Hush. Just say Hush. If Hush was doing it.
We're not doing that again. I thought back to those like season 3 episodes whenever he was impersonating him. I thought back to those a little bit in this episode because like it jumps right off from where Matt gets saved off screen. And yeah, like you said, Hell's Kitchen is really a police state, and you can tell it's like it's under a spotlight. Fisk is ruling it with a, pardon the pun, an iron fist, and yeah, it is just a take no names sort of city. It's maybe almost like Marvel's Gotham in a sense.
Yeah, Phil, how do you feel about the private dirty police force that Fisk is running with the AVTF?
What I'm going to say is going to, kind of feed into the rest of the season, but ultimately it's art imitating life and life imitating art in the most craziest way, because as you pointed out, when they were filming it, none of what transpired in the last 3 months transpired, right?
Yep.
And when you get through the rest of the season, you will absolutely see more real world parallels. So
it gets real, like real.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Especially with the ATVF, it is bananas in terms of how. Again, it's almost like watching an episode of The Simpsons of how the Simpsons would predict shit. I shit you not, right? Like it's so crazy to me at what they were able to accomplish with what they're doing with the ATVF, with what Wilson Fisk is doing, and the way he's handling power, and the way he's kind of dishing it out, ruling the city through fear. It is, again, art imitating life and vice versa. It is insane to me at how well it's done.
We're gonna say Beetlejuice, and Daredevil appears. I don't know how that works, but
hello.
So we were wondering. I was like, "Is everything okay?" Because Darren's not here, and they said your computer was acting up, and I was like, "Oh, so."
Yeah, and then I heard Phil was here, and I had to come.
Okay, so we just started talking about Daredevil. I'm assuming you've seen the 2 episodes, right?
I have, yes.
Okay, all right. Staggerforth with the 1 eye in Super Chat. The Simpsons predicted the Warner Brother Paramount merger. Oh my God!
I don't doubt it.
It's funny because it's probably true.
What the fuck? Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, I if I were to go through, because how many seasons do we have of Simpsons now?
Like, it's been on the air since 1989.
Isn't
Yeah,
it like
I feel
32 or something?
They probably predicted so much stuff. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the next port I have here. This is all from episode 2. Angela Del Toro gets pulled deeper into the story and is pushed to the front when her aunt is taken by the AVTF, which was crazy. Again, like we're seeing this shit happen in real life, and it's happening on the show. That matters because it keeps the White Tiger Fallout alive and gives the season a personal civilian cost, not just superhero stakes. Angela also comes in contact with Hector's effects, including the White Tiger gear and the chain. Now, Phil, I know you can't say anything, so I'm going to understand when you're going to be very vague about it, but I wonder where this is going to go, because she's still a very young character, and doesn't have the kind of training that you would see from the bigger characters. And obviously White Tiger got yeeted with a gun, so that's a whole nother situation.
Rest in peace.
But I am ready to begin the journey with her. I'm ready for her to start her path. I don't know what it's going to be like for the rest of the season, if we're just going to see a slow burn or whatever. She's dealing with her Tia, her aunt, getting scooped up and having to look for help. I felt for her in this moment, and she's not a character that I'm super attached to, but I'm thinking about how I would react if I were a teenager and my guardian was scooped up and taken away from me, and what I would do, especially after what happened to her uncle. So anybody have any thoughts on that? Anybody want to talk about that at all?
This is just how my brain works. I feel like Marvel has corrupted my brain to be spin off. But I'm watching this episode, and I'm like, yeah, I'd watch a White Tiger show. I'd watch a show with this character. I think that's a world, and those are as someone who is not very I think my main affiliations Ava and just like the things I've seen. I know this is a different take on the character, but it's very refreshing to see, I think, a character of her age and her style interact with a character like Matt, and like their interactions, and even like her and Karen, I thought was a duo that I was like, oh yeah, they have never technically met, or at least not in a big way in season 1. So that was also fun to kind of explore this episode.
Yeah, Ava is probably the more popular version just because of her appearing in that Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
So that's what I was referring
that got
to.
her more known to modern audiences than some other ones.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
To say this delicately, I will just say your questions will get answered. I will not say when or how, but I will just say they get answered.
Well, that's good to know. At least we're going to get some answered questions.
It's Marvel, when they usually do stuff like this, you're either going to get a little bit or you're going to get the full thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
and
for sure.
I will just say that the way that this character is utilized the rest of the season going forward is absolutely worthwhile. You do see an evolution, you see a progression, you see some really cool shit.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
What do we think about Fisk not exposing Matt Murdock as the Daredevil on live television?
This was a genius move on his part because
exactly.
he literally corners him he basically puts Matt in the most difficult rock hard place position ever. It's like you can't go out as Daredevil because you're going to get caught, and if you get caught as Matt Murdock, you're going to get brought in anyway. He screwed him. He screwed him one way or the other, and Matt now has to like really think about how carefully he has to operate, and that does kind of feed into the rest of the season.
I'm really happy they tackled that, because that was one of my like critiques of season 1, or like big questions I had. I was like, all right, you know who he is, just go get him. Like, you have the resources and stuff. And that was one of the things I said going into this season. They have to explain why he doesn't just out him, why he doesn't go get him. Because they could very easily just go get him. And that's a thing that they could do. But I do like where it's like, okay, if we out him, we make Matt Murdock a martyr. It is a lot harder to make people hate Daredevil if people think he's the respectful lawyer that's helped everyone.
If he's the one that saved him, if he's the one that saved his life, like that makes it more difficult. Yeah,
like he's more dangerous as a martyr than he is as Daredevil.
And just being like, wait, if he saved all these people as a lawyer, why would he be this bad vigilante? Okay, so but keeping it like he's a devil, he's killing all these people, and he's against me, so it's much easier to. So I was applauding the like writing choice because that's hard to write around when your villain knows who you are. It's hard to be like, well, why don't they just do this? So I commend them for writing around that. That was very, very good.
Because with that drama, you're like, oh shit, if I step outside the zone that they don't like one time, I could be screwed. And like there's that leverage. It could tip, the scale could tip at any moment.
And there's a powder keg too, where it's like at any time Fisk could just be like, "Fuck it," Here it's Matt Murdock, guys, go get him. So.
Right. So it's sort of like holding it over Matt's head. Like I could do this at any time. I could just say this at any time, but I'm not going to. I do want to say it was interesting to see that Josie's isn't really safe anymore. It seems like with all the stuff going on in Hell's Kitchen, you would think Josie's would be a place that they could go and sort of like chill out and not have to be so stressed. But that's not the case. And then we get to see Karen doing a little fighting there for a minute in a scene. And then it switches over to one of the coolest fucking fight scenes I've seen in Daredevil, where he's using the actual the cord to swing across the fucking floor at the bottom of Josie's. And I was like, holy shit. So good. The fighting is visceral. It's very TVMA. Just the stuff that they're doing. And then we get the reveal that Karen has actually captured one of these guys, and she's holding him with the mask over his face so they can get answers from him, because she believes that he actually, or she doesn't believe, but she wants to question him because he says that he's there to get to help out the resistance. What did we think of this particular moment in the episode? Because Matt didn't seem happy at all. So rightfully so. I think it was a little bit like, why are you what's the tea with this kind of situation?
I think he's just like he's very overprotective of Karen, and like especially after what happened to Foggy and him getting into this world, he's just very overprotective. Rightfully so. Like this is a very dangerous line of work. Hector just got shot last season out of nowhere. Like it can happen to like the best of them. And like even like episode 3, like when all the shots are firing around her, I was like, oh no. Like I was afraid she was gonna get shot. But I'm loving Karen this season. I'm loving what they're doing with them. It's really fun getting her like it like this is the first time I feel like Matt and Karen are on the same playing field. Like there's always been secrets or levels in between their dynamic, and it's so fascinating. They both know the exact same thing the whole season, and that's really cool.
There's no secrets between them,
right?
Basically.
And you could definitely tell in season 1, like there was that constant push pull with all the secrets that was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like I could say something, but I'm not gonna say it.
Well, that's how you do an NDA.
I will just say that it is really nice to see Matt embrace that relationship after, you know, if you're counting the Netflix show, 4 seasons of him just kind of struggling with that. And also, I did like Elodie Young's response to that, because she made a quote tweet in regards to, I wonder how Elektra would respond to that. And I have a suspiciously sneaking feeling that Elektra might come back in season 3, and that would be very interesting. I'm not alluding to anything at all. I swear to God. I'm just saying, based on that and the fact that she may or may not be in New York working out is a very different situation.
And is back in Spider-Man as well. Like I know that's
right. And you talk about a character in this mythos who's connected to the Hand. None is more than Elektra.
Correct.
I'm and yeah, like to add on to that, Phil, like I think it'll be very interesting now that Karen does know everything. Like now she can like there was a weird like power dynamic between Karen, Elektra, and Matt the first time. Because she knew everything, Matt knew and Karen knew nothing. So now that she is in the loop of things, does that change their dynamic?
And now she's learning how to fight? Are we going to see like is a battle going to happen?
You know what? If they do give her any sort of training, do it fucking better than something like
Black Canary and Arrow.
That because they just rushed her training, and the few times that they tried to have Felicity smoke punch a bag, they're like, "Hey, you're doing this wrong," and nothing ever happened.
So I want to talk about this comment from Harrison when he said you're lying. Now he's telling the truth. It was funny, but I also want to point out something they're doing that's really exciting to me, and I hope they continue this through the rest of the season and the rest of the series, is the really interesting ways that Daredevil is using his abilities that we didn't really get in the Netflix show. We did a little bit, like obviously the heartbeat stuff and things like that, and we got to see like how he sees the world situation or whatever. But like some of the things he does, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more as we talk through these 2 episodes, some of the things he's using his powers on and then using his abilities for are really interesting and really cool. So Lone Wolf here with a $5 super chat, showing Phil some love here. Hey Phil, gotta ask you, so Punisher is not in the season Saw 3C films. Review of the season said Bullseye felt like the sub for Frank this season. Agree?
I will confirm that the Punisher is not in season 3, but I will push back on him being a Bullseye stand, and that's a little ridiculous because they're 2 very different characters with 2 very different pasts and very different ideologies and very different motives. So no, Bullseye did not feel like a sub in for Frank. Bullseye is just wait till next episode.
Okay, all right.
Okay, just wait till episode 4 and you'll see exactly what I'm referring to.
And not in season 2.
No.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of, go ahead.
I will just say, I think I can kind of see that with the casual audience, because now every time someone gets killed or like that, like every time someone dies,
it's like season 2 all over again of Daredevil.
The casual audience is like Punisher. It's like no, it's not Punisher. It's Bullseye, but it gets them every time.
Let me say this.
In that regard,
Go ahead, Jake.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's that zinger that always gets them.
Yeah.
Let me say, kind of piggybacking a little bit off of what Phil was saying about them being different. I love how what they've done on the show with Daredevil is every character now feels like a different individual person. There's no characters that exist that feel the same. And a lot of shows, we've got characters that can fill the same roles. On this show, not so much. And now we have Bullseye actively hunting down Vanessa and going after all of Fisk's people. And we get some really cool scenes. I really love the direction they're taking this character, because I'm like, they're making him complex, but not convoluted, because I think there's a difference. You can have convoluted storylines that don't always make sense just to get the character from A to B. But with Bullseye, it's like they're not worried about that. They're just telling the Bullseye story the way they want to, at least from what I can tell so far. They're telling the story the way they want to, and it doesn't have to necessarily ride the rails with Matt or Daredevil. He just happens to have a similar goal, but those goals don't always align for the same reasons, which is why I think it's really interesting seeing how Bullseye is impacting the season so far. And I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with it.
I think they're hitting it right on target with his character, pun intended.
All right. Heather is starting to crack. So in this episode, we keep building toward Heather's instability. She's isolated, overworked, and getting pulled into darker territory. And she's got a fixation on Muse, not Hush.
Not Hush.
Muse. She's got a fixation on Muse. I'm a little confused, though, because I don't know. I feel like I don't think there was a supernatural element to Muse in the first season of Born Again, unless I missed something. So is this just her having a actual mental breakdown, or is there something else going on here? You think that's what it is?
I don't recall a supernatural element, so that's probably correct.
My ongoing theory is literally it seems like this is what the plot of Scream 7 was going to be, where it's the thing that haunted me, I am now slowly turning into that thing, which I thought was a great, I was so excited to see that plot line. So this, and Matthew Lillard's here, so it kind of all ties into each other. But we'll see. Maybe that's just my batshit brain going crazy. But
yeah, the good thing about this episode being paired with episode 3 is I think it's a story that felt good to continue from 2 into 3 in one viewing, because the first episode that we got tonight really did focus on what's going on with Fisk, the foundation of everything that's happening. And even though Matt and Karen were in the episode, they weren't the main focus of the episode, which they don't have to be. I think they did a really good job with what they were doing in that episode.
It still felt like an episode of Daredevil.
Yeah. So episode 3 is the Scales and the Sword. And we have the swordsman, Jack, here in this episode. And Kirsten is getting pulled into dealing with the fallout from his case. The episode frames him as someone targeted by Fisk after refusing to sell his business under Fisk's Safer Streets Initiative, the SSI. He gets labeled a vigilante and stripped of assets. So he's basically just being held, in a facility with, spoiler alert, a bunch of other people who aren't vigilantes, and they're just being locked away in this these cages, which alligator Alcatraz. I'm like, why does everything feel so much like what's going on in the real fucking world right now? But anyway, so we have that going on, and also I have to say, I felt that pull from the Hawkeye show in this, having this character there. And I'm like, this feels so cool, because we know that this character exists in both of these worlds, for lack of a better term, but totally fits in with the Daredevil world, right? I feel like he did a good job.
I'm loving all these comic thunderbolts that are popping up in this series, because Bullseye and Swordsman are both very prominent comic Thunderbolt members, neither of which were part of the team in the movie, understandably so, with the way that the movie ended up playing out. But I just think it's interesting that we're slowly seeing more of those characters out there. And we already got we got hinted at Songbird in the Thunderbolts movie, that Mel Gold character, clear hint at Songbird. So I don't know, maybe we'll see more of those characters pop up down the line. You can never say never.
I think it's a really good way to do continuity, because obviously if you watch the MCU, this is a character that's in Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, that was in Hawkeye, and then you have the Miss Fontaine thing in the first episode, and like there is some really good continuity stuff for the people who love it. But if you haven't seen that stuff, you're not missing a thing, right? It's just a thing that they're adding for this particular show. You can fully understand Swordsman's whole thing without having seen anything else, and I think that's really, really important.
And I imagine Spider-Man is probably going to work the same way, where you can watch Spider-Man Brand New Day without having seen this season.
I would argue this is the way the MCU needs to function moving forward with these characters, is that we understand why they're in this project, but we don't necessarily need to know everything about the other project for them to be there. I don't know. Is that weird? I feel like that's a good direction for them to take this.
It's not. And honestly, I think having this happen to Jack can even give you more narrative pull for someone like Kate Bishop going down the line. Because the fact, he loses his assets, etc. He was taken away from his family. Obviously, Kate Bishop is part of that. So, there's just ample room for more narrative threads down the line. Obviously, maybe post Secret Wars, but Daredevil season 3 is filming as we speak. So who?
And I have to go ahead, Darren.
I was just gonna say I did think it was a little funny. Kate Bishop was not at the hearing, which understandably they're not in great terms, but it was a little funny just being like she doesn't give a fuck. She does not care.
For all we know, he could have told his family, "Steer clear. I'll handle this." Or she's training with Hawkeye.
Or I know Darren would love this. She's building that Young Avengers team.
That is true.
Yeah. I do want to say
Doomsday's happening right now, and we don't know about it, right?
We don't know. We have no idea. Right. You're right, because if they're off-world dealing with something, we have no idea. But I wanted to point out that already, so we're 3 episodes into this season. This feels more put together than what we got in season 1 of Born Again, in sense of it doesn't feel so sort of scattered all over the place. I know they had to work with some weird shit in season 1, but thank goodness they pulled it together for season 2, because this feels like an evolution, a continuation of the Netflix show that we didn't really have in the first season because of how sort of all over the place the storylines were.
Very half and half.
Yes. This one doesn't feel quite so uneven. We also have the Governor Marge McCaffrey is a real political threat to Fisk. She points out that Fisk's anti-vigilante operation is running without proper oversight, and the key legal bombshell is the old Port of Red Hook Charter, which says only the governor can revoke the port's free port status. Very political stuff there. So Red Hook is the center of the whole fight. Matt believes Red Hook is where Fisk is hiding weapons and where the deeper operation is anchored. That makes the port issue even more political than just paperwork. And it is the physical center of Fisk power play. So what do you guys think of the mystery that's sort of happening on the show too? Because we're privy to pieces of it, but obviously they're not giving us everything. It's much more mystery heavy than any of the previous seasons of Daredevil. Like if you go back to the Netflix shows and even, the Defenders, and then now here we are in season 2 of Born Again, technically season 5 of Daredevil. Are we enjoying this mystery aspect that they're setting up this season more so than what we got in previous seasons of Daredevil? I feel like this is a bigger political mystery, I should say, on how they're going to figure all this out.
Definitely a lot more politically focused, which I'm okay with. I actually think it's unfortunately really important right now to tackle this issue. I have some international friends that I know aren't the most happy right now because they're well, it's very American focused, but I'm also yeah, that's fair. I understand that, but also it's a shit show right now, and I think it's important to have these there was a scene, I think it was that episode 2 scene. I was pissed. I was so upset, and I'm that's happening outside as we speak. That's literally happening right now. And I think that's the scariest shit, is when these superhero projects that are supposed to be based in fantasy aren't fantasy. And I think it's important that people can look outside of their world and see it on the screens and hopefully do something in the real world to help stop those things. To open people's eyes a little bit.
And on the show also, it doesn't feel cheesy. That's another thing. It doesn't feel like it's just there to mirror what's happening. It feels like it's really integral. Because, we look at something like Supergirl, okay? Supergirl had some political stuff that occurred in episodes of Supergirl, and it always felt tacked on to the story. It didn't feel like it was always, vital to what we're doing on Supergirl. This is absolutely vital because Kingpin is the mayor. So all this political stuff is absolutely important to the storyline. Something I forgot to mention from the other episode, but it's going to carry over, I guess, for another few episodes. I'm not sure. I'm assuming is it the BB situation with Daniel and the Fisk videos that were popping up on the internet and all of that. I'm trying to figure out if Daniel is being honest with Wilson when he says the only person I care about is you, because I feel like that's a lie. I feel like obviously he does care about BB because he tries to give her a heads up and say, you shouldn't be doing it if you're doing it, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. It feels like a lie. So is Daniel actually a piece of shit, or is he someone that's just in the world of pieces of shit? I mean, I don't know.
He probably does care about BB, but is not yet to the point where he will admit it to himself, let alone somebody else. So
I don't think he's as much of a piece of shit, but I still think he's a piece of shit. Like, his whole line, I think in episode 2, or maybe it was episode 3, where it's like, well, sometimes you have to look the other way to get good things in life. I'm like, that's not great. That's
well,
not
also,
how
I can't remember what's the guy's name? Alan? Is that his name? The one that said that. What was it?
Are you talking about Fisk's right hand?
Yes.
What? Buck. It's Buck.
Buck is, I believe, said something like he sees a little bit of Fisk in Daniel, like basically seeing that might be a transition of that whole persona of Kingpin situation going on.
Which I think we might be dealing with a Penguin situation here. I think Fisk also sees himself in this kid, and he is going to take him. I don't see a word where this kid makes it out of season 2. I don't see it.
By the way, we also see that Fisk is training as well for a boxing match throughout the 2 episodes, and
which he does not need.
No, I mean,
I gotta say, my dude is bulked back up again. He's giving Kingpin realness. In season 1, I'm like, this ain't Kingpin realness. This is Ozempic realness. Where's Kingpin realness at? And now the Kingpin realness has returned.
Oh,
so
it just reminds me of like those Spider-Man 90s episodes when he's like, sparring against these 3 guys who are no threat to him whatsoever, and he's like, all right, workout's over. Just throws them aside like they're nothing.
He's just like, you're not taking it seriously. Fucking in the mirror. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
That shot with the blood slowly dripping on the glass pieces on the ground as it transitions into the theme music. Incredible. Like that's a classic Daredevil kind of shot that they would have done in that show. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, so good.
It's just a character that I feel like we've gotten really lucky with various adaptations. Like, they've all been spot on. I don't think we've ever had a bad one.
I think we're going to look back, like when people go back and look at the MCU years from now, this is going to be one of those shows where they're like, the casting was just, everybody was right. All the roles were right.
The Netflix era as a whole, I don't know how lucky
except for
they got.
Iron Fist.
I wouldn't say that's his fault though. Like, I don't think that was on
the casting was not the problem with that show.
Yeah, I think
you're saying. Are you blaming Scott Buck for everything?
Of course.
Yeah.
Blame Scott Buck for Iron Fist. Blame Scott Buck for Inhumans. I could go on.
That's true. How can you have two bad things and be like the actors just weren't into it? Like, what?
Yeah.
By the way, we talk about casting. The Inhuman show was fucking stacked. That was a stacked cast of actors, and they fucked it up.
How can you have 2 Marvel shows and Iron Fist is the better one?
I don't know.
I didn't even hate, I've still only seen season 1. I haven't got around to season 2. I didn't even hate it.
Season 2 is so much better.
I didn't hate it as much as other people did, but going into it, I also knew I heard the worst possible things ever. So I think I went into it with the low expectations.
When you go into season 2, the Daughters of the Dragon storyline is like the best storyline.
Best part about it.
2. It's really fucking good.
I feel like when you go into one of these seasons or like a movie and you hear that it's like the worst thing to ever grace the screen, it really lowers your expectations of how it's going to be. And then you can walk away from it going, oh, okay, wasn't that bad.
We're going to bring Medusa in and cut her hair within the first 5 minutes of the episode, and then she's bald for the rest of the season. Like, give me a break. All right.
I couldn't finish that.
They threw Wanda in there, and Wanda went, what hair?
So Karen... Karen wants practical solutions, even open to bringing in Punisher-level force. Matt is horrified by that logic and insists that killing Fisk is not the answer. So this brings up the question, do you fight fascism with rules or do you break the rules because the other side already has? That's really the discussion they're having.
The fact that they see Punisher as so much of a viable solution tells you how far they've
By the
gone.
way, I want to point out Punisher's already made that decision. If you break the rules, he's going to break the rules. It's game over. He doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
That's the difference. He's already made that choice.
And you can tell, like, the city is, like, warped his image, because, I mean, fuck, those cops in season 1 that
Are
were,
wearing
like,
his insignia, too.
donning his insignia, and he even says, he's like, okay, these guys went too far. If Frank Castle is saying that, you know you fucked up.
I think it's such a I'm loving where they're taking Karen this season. I think they're taking her exactly where I would have taken her too, because like her journey with Kingpin over these 5 seasons are so insane if you look at it as a collective. Like, she worked her ass off to get that man behind bars in season 1. He got out again. She worked her ass off to get him in there again, and it doesn't work. He won't stay there. She's at her wit's end. I think it's such a good writing decision to have her kind of at that point of like, I don't care. Like how else do we keep this guy down? And me as like an audience, I'm kind of with her. I'm like how else do we deal with a guy that doesn't play by the same rules that Matt does? Like,
I think, let me tell you what I think Matt is thinking. Matt is probably thinking, if we get rid of Fisk, we create 10 other problems, because then you have a bunch of people in that low level range that are going to be fighting to be who Kingpin is.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that one is right or wrong. I'm just saying that's probably what's going through Matt's head, is that I know who's out there. I know the villains that are out there, and I know somebody is waiting to just pick up that mantle and become the next Kingpin.
Because you have to think, like, if Fisk is gone, what fills that vacuum?
Well, I mean,
Vanessa, she could end up being the next
Day?
Kingpin.
Guess who we're getting in Brand New Day?
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah, he was basically the Kingpin of Spectacular Spider-Man. He was that same kind of character.
Okay. All right, what do we got here? All right. With help on the layout of the AVTF holding site, Matt launches a rescue operation and frees the prisoners, including Angela's Tia, her aunt, the Greek restaurant owner. I don't remember her name. I don't remember that lady's name. Did they ever say? I don't remember. Jack, and it was an incredible scene. There's really just a lot happening. This is again where his powers become extremely useful, because he's listening to the sounds that she heard when she was blindfolded in the facility, and he was able to use those sounds to pinpoint where the facility was. And then he was able to use the watch that he planted in the box on the ship to even go further than that, which I thought fucking brilliant. I knew in that first episode when he put the watch away, I said this, I was like, that's going to come back later, because he's using that for something. So he used his powers in a cool way, and the fight scenes are fucking incredible. They look so real. It doesn't feel like wire fighting. It doesn't feel like CGI. Even though they're doing bigger tricks than they did on Netflix, it still feels really good. What did we think of this scene?
Well, I liked season 1's, choreography, but to your point, some of it did feel, a little wiry, especially in like those first couple episodes, and I'm not feeling that at all here.
I think the fights are my favorite parts of the season so far. Like, I think it's all been pretty good, but like, the fights have me feeling deja vu to the classic show again, which I didn't feel in season 1. Not that the season 1s were bad or anything, but like, I felt like they were trying to imitate the classic Daredevil fights instead of replicating it. This feels like they're kind of back. Now, maybe not on the highest powers that you would have for those like long hallway scenes that people put in the Hall of Fame, but I think they're close. I think
we could still get that. We got a whole season. We could get a scene that feels like that.
Or like the prison scene in season 2 was another one.
Yeah,
I will say, and I think me and Phil were talking about this in Discord. I adore that suit. I every time they show him in that suit with like the shining light, like night lights on him, beautiful. Genuinely beautiful. I think that might be my favorite suit he's worn in the show so far. Like, obviously in general I prefer the red, but this looks good. It looks really, really good.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of that Shadowland suit.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Yeah,
I was already on board.
And any game that I play Daredevil in, if that's an option for a suit, I'm going to be wearing that suit.
Yeah.
As
soon as I saw that was coming, I was like, okay, you've sold me. Whenever I like get on my Switch and I play like the 3rd Ultimate Alliance, that was one of the first unlockable costumes for Daredevil, and I switched to it right away.
Yeah, the black with the red is just
And it's
Too
such
good.
a cool like gimmick too, to be like, well, it is still the red suit, and we're gonna slowly see the black peel off through the season. Brilliant, genuinely. Whoever thought of that?
Yeah,
give him a raise.
You weave that stuff into the narrative, like
right.
It's that little stuff that you don't have to do, but when you do it, damn it, it really works.
The only time I've ever seen something like that work in that capacity is Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh,
because as you progress through the game, his suit gets progressively more fucked up.
Yeah. And that happens throughout the other Arkham games too.
True.
Yeah, like you'll see, bullet holes, scrapes, scratches, the capes
the
all whole.
Arkham Origins one, he's got like a fat scar on one side of his chest plate.
He's got a fat scar. The cape's got like 50 holes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says also here in my notes, Angela is hiding while wearing the white tiger gear and stealing AVTF equipment, including communications tech. And this is why I was happy to hear that we're going to get questions answered, because I felt like we're going in that direction. And so that was good to know. And then we get the big surprise at the end of the episode. So remember when Mr. Charles told Fisk, you have to be willing to do certain things, and this is what's going to prove whether or not you're smart or you're not smart, basically just dog walking him. He blows up the Northern Star with his men on deck, and he does this, and you see Vanessa sitting in bed while this is happening, and it pretty much solidifies that he is willing to sacrifice his own police force if it means it will keep his hands clean with everything that's going on. And you got a double hit with this one, because it also targets the vigilantes who broke into the facility to save people, because it looks like they're the ones that did it. So it was almost perfect for him. He's like, this is perfect. I don't care about those people anyway. They serve their purpose. And now they've even helped me out with explaining what happened with the Northern Star. Yeah. What a way to end. Credits started rolling. I was like, fucking great 2 episodes of TV. It felt like a mini movie for me. I was so satisfied with it. I'm so excited for this season. And I know you weren't here, Darren, but we talked earlier about like all the trailers we're getting and all the stuff that's coming out. Good. 2026 is like lining up to be an incredible year for like entertainment, the stuff that we love. So I have to say, these 2 episodes, I'm saying like together combined, probably like an 8.5 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of. They were just really good. And I honestly feel like based on what they're doing right now, 3 episodes in, unless they completely fuck up somewhere in the middle, I feel like we're just going to keep getting these really consistently well done episodes through the whole season.
Yeah.
I will just say that this episode has, I would almost say, my favorite one shot of all the Daredevil stuff, be it season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3 and Born Again. That oneer at the end where it's Daredevil and the Swordsman, all that is just spectacular.
Those 2 together. Yeah. Please give me more of him. He's awesome. Give me like a special presentation.
I love Jack. Yeah,
he's amazing.
As soon as we got a Thunderbolts movie announced, I was clamoring for this character.
Yeah.
I also like the actor in Better Call Saul.
Yep.
Oh yeah. By the way, we also got our first official on-screen look at Bullseye's like costume this season, which I thought was great.
Oh, we got confirmation about the mother too. Maggie, right? Isn't it
Maggie?
Yeah, which was nice. I'm glad they touched base with her. I hope we get to see her again. I also just wanted to. Oh, sorry, Eric. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what do we think of the reveal of that with the whole Fisk mask and everything? What do we think of that in the episode?
I laughed.
Oh, yeah,
was it who you thought it was gonna be?
I kind of figured. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I kind of figured that.
Okay.
Funny though.
I just wanted to see if you guys.
Not saying that because I saw it coming. Not saying it was a bad moment.
No.
But just one that made me go, yeah.
Just kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Right, like it made sense. It wasn't like something that they tried to be vague about while it was incredibly obvious. They just like presented it to you, and then the story kept flowing.
Okay.
I also just want to add my favorite quote from tonight's episodes was, "If everyone thought it was too dangerous to be a hero, there wouldn't be any," which I thought was just a kind of a brilliant, like, Yeah, that's very true. I thought that was a very poetic scene. I think kind of pushing where her story is going to go this season, and how this, like, every character is going to feel like everyone has to step up, even though they know they may not make it out. And I think that's
Right.
beautiful stuff.
I am jealous, but also not jealous that Phil knows what's going to happen, because I'm really loving the week-to-week release stuff that we're getting now. It feels like we're watching TV back in 2017, where stuff comes out, people watch it when it comes out, and then, like, this 3 a.m. release schedule for TV shows, I don't like. If you're going to do them at like 8, 9 o'clock at night, so that everybody can watch at the same time and have a chance to talk about it. So, any final thoughts on these 2 episodes before we wrap up the discussion?
I will just say I've seen a little bit of pushback on Reds about people asking why these 2 were picked, and I can kind of understand that. But then I guess even just looking at the season comparatively, I would even posit that I think 4 and 5 would also have made a good, double feature, because they are very, very much tied together. So next week you guys are going to be kind of like, ooh, I want the next episode real fast. I'm telling you. But these two are fun. Again, I think for me the highlight was that 3rd episode, that Wonder. I'm a sucker for really good technical visuals, and that I love Wonder shots. And one of my goals, if I ever make a movie, is to do a Wonder shot via Spielberg, or even like in what they're doing in Daredevil. I love that kind of filmmaking. So it's good. Like, it's really
Phil, I want to ask you before we wrap up this whole thing.
Famous for was those Wonders.
Yes.
Yeah. Phil, I wanted to ask you before we wrapped up the whole thing, since you've seen the season or whatever, with and had a chance to think about it, do you think they made the right choice by actually putting showrunners back in charge of TV shows instead of what they were doing with previous Marvel shows?
I will say, in the case of Daredevil specifically, I think it's really smart that they went from 2 kind of unknown guys who were tasked with doing a courtroom legal drama, and going back to someone who had previous work on the Netflix stuff, Daryl Scartapane.
Yeah.
I think that was the smart call.
Okay.
Because he came in at the 5th hour, reconstructed what was season 1, and then from there, now they have free game to do exactly what they want for season 2. And the way they even set up season 3, they don't tell you, but they give you a very clear, concise idea of what they're doing with season 3 at the end of it. So in this instance, yes, I think it was smart.
Okay.
I think the real answer to that question will come with Vision Quest, because that is Harry Metalis, who was on Picard, and he's doing Vision Quest, and it'll be very interesting to see how he goes from something like Star Trek into the MCU.
I really love how we've got Daredevil, and then we're going to jump into Spider-Man, and then we're going to get the Punisher special movie that comes out or whatever. Is that the order? Is it Punisher before?
Punisher's before Spider-Man in May.
Okay, so we get Daredevil, we get Punisher, we get Spider-Man. So that's like,
bam.
What a great transition of like street level superhero stuff for the summer.
I also just want to add, like, I think the continuity in the MCU right now is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's so cool that, like, last year you had Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Captain America, Daredevil. All those things are back this year in big ways. If that's in Daredevil, we are referencing Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and all those characters are going to be in Doomsday. The Spider-Man stuff and the Punisher stuff, it all goes into each other. Like, almost everything this year leads into each other or is connected to a thing. So that era of things not feeling connected, it's done. We're finally back to the space where that post, Bob Iger coming back and being like, we're gonna fix things if you like the guy or not. They're doing a pretty good job, and I'm really liking what Kevin Feige is doing right now. It's going to come in to see how they stick the landing in Secret Wars, and I really do think Phase 6 has the potential to be one of the best eras the MCU has ever had.
Okay.
Now, I know Phase 3 is a high bar for a lot of people, but like you're looking at like Daredevil Born Again, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars, Vision Quest. That's an insane lineup. That is such a good lineup. I think they have a high bar that they could reach.
Yeah.
Give you that.
I
Go
think
ahead,
that so when you look at like what we've gotten so far this season, and you compare it to in season 1, like as a whole with that season, while I enjoyed it and I was telling this to these two earlier, it like started really good, ended really good. Everything in the middle was kind of hit or miss. It was debatable. But like you could tell that was a carryover from, the old plan versus the new plan, or the mix of those two things. Whereas this one just feels like so far with these 3 episodes, we've been firing on all pistons.
Yeah.
And,
I also want to say that I think, again, going back to the release schedule being a little bit more like traditional television, I think it just goes to show that this keeps people talking about stuff, because since last week's episode until this week's 2 episodes, people were still talking about Daredevil over the week leading into this week, and they'll keep doing that throughout the season instead of like everybody watches in one weekend and then nobody's talking about it for like 4 months, which I think is really important.
Wonder Man,
but luckily Wonder Man got another season. I wonder if they're going to do a week by week thing, or if they're going to drop it all like they did last time.
I think they might adopt an Amazon model. They might do week to week for this next season.
Yeah,
I hope they do.
Especially if they are like overall shrinking the amount of these shows that they are putting out, like they are clearly like stepping away from having 5 of these things a year. If there is only 1 to 2 live action shows a year, they could totally make Wonder Man a weekly show, especially with how much people liked season 1.
Well, I would argue they have to, because if they reduce show output, it reduces the value of paying for Disney Plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have to either do week to week shows that keep people watching for 2 months or whatever, or they have to make more shows and put them out as a binge model. That's really the only way they can do that.
Well, this year we have 3 Marvel shows that are part of the MCU and 2 that are not. So like that's still going to be a pretty stacked thing on its own. And because we're getting a lot this year, that means in terms of content next year, it might be a little bit of a softer year next year in terms of the amount of things we get, but the things we get, I think, will matter.
I don't know that Marvel's going to even do anything next year before Secret Wars. Daredevil.
Except non-MCU stuff. Yeah, and Daredevil.
Maybe Wonder Man. Big fat maybe. If they can get working on that sooner than later.
I don't know. I still have this kind of lingering theory that we might see a third Strange film in between the 2 Avengers movies.
Well, we got a super chat here from Columbia Rican, a $5 super chat. Thank you, Columbia Rican. Good to see you. See you stop playing your game long enough to say hi, so I appreciate it. I'm surprised that the Chuds haven't ruined Daredevil for us, since they literally have ruined all of our other shows and movies. R.I.P. Star Trek Academy. If they could ruin everything, they would, but sometimes there's just not enough. Like, I feel like Daredevil right now is so beloved that it would be really difficult for them to quote unquote ruin it. I don't think that their audience would be willing to put up with that.
If they can't find the obvious thing to pick apart, they will nitpick the tiniest thing, and they will take an inch and go a mile with it.
I mean, to be fair, they could probably argue about the White Tiger mantle being passed on, even though it is a comic book thing. They could probably argue about that. They could argue about Karen fighting. They're like, why is she fighting? Why is a woman punching? Like, they could do that too. But I think the thing is that they are hyper fixated on attacking Supergirl right now.
Go look at the thing I just sent you, Eric, in private.
Okay.
Chat.
I'm so glad Karen is like back full time this season.
It is nice having her back.
Yeah.
I
It's
still miss
so
Foggy.
insane that they thought they could do the show.
Oh,
That's adorable.
I can understand like maybe not having both of them back, but trying to get rid of both Foggy and Karen is ridiculous.
Yeah. See, this is what I mean. Like, if they can ever find an opportunity to do something, they will. So this is a thumbnail from Neurotic Daily.
I was about to say, all I had to do was look at the channel name.
Matt Murdock plays second fiddle. It's like, are we even watching the same show? I mean,
I just think that like some people have the mental fortitude of an infant, and that dude is definitely one of them. Like him and that whole crowd, they just they get on, they talk really loud, they act like they're smart, they're not, and they put out dumb shit like this, and masses flock to it. I mean, hey, you got 1,000 likes. That's nice, I guess. He probably spanks one out with his wife. Look how many likes I got on my post, babe. Fuck
yeah. Why he's with the bimbo? He's probably got a bimbofication fetish, and that's what he does.
Would not shock me at all.
So Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat. I heard the bullseye dinner scene is great? Phil?
That's supposed to say is that supposed to say dinner or diner?
Is it dinner or diner?
It's a diner.
Is it diner? Is it a diner scene? Okay, because I don't know what this is in reference to. I don't remember seeing this.
There is a diner. I won't say.
So this
diner.
is a spoiler for an upcoming episode, is what this is.
Well, Bullseye's in the next episode.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
And I say that because when I talk about Daredevil Born Again, specifically, I've said Bullseye's the MVP. Episode 4 is a game changer. Episode 4 is also a Bullseye episode. That's all I will leave it at.
Okay, all right. I'm excited. Bullseye is one of my favorite things about the season right now. Oh, the trailer. Gotcha. That's why you're bringing it up. So I try not to watch the trailers for the next episode. I just want to go into it clean as I can usually.
Yeah, I don't like to do that anymore because back in to reference it again, like back in the Arrowverse days, people were doing that a lot. Like
Paigey had entire a week's worth of videos based on trailers, and I'm like, what the fuck?
The fact that some stuff legitimately got spoiled in the trailers, that really pissed me off some days. Just as a quick example,
a 30-second trailer and people are doing 5 videos on it.
Yeah.
When
I'm looking at you, Ben, DC TV show.
The whole, just as an example, the whole fucking Tommy Merlin human target bit. I was mad that got spoiled in the trailer. I'm like, God damn it, guys!
I'm removing the Daredevil spoiler thing because I think we're moving away from that. So we'll do the super chat and then we'll look at the poll and then we will do shout outs. So Staggervorth, the 499 super chat, not related to any topic discussed, but I heard there's going to be an astronaut rocket launch to the moon. Yes, so apparently they are going to be doing that. Tomorrow, it's the first time we've been to the moon in 60 years or something like that. It's been a minute. But are we going to find out that there are aliens on the moon? Is that what we're going to figure out when we go to the moon? I don't know.
My brain was still on Daredevil when you started saying this. I was like, wait, they're doing a moon launch on Daredevil? I was like, wait, what? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they are doing this tomorrow, but tomorrow is going to be crazy for me. There's no, by the way, if you're watching on the Debunks channel, there's no Copecast tomorrow. The Copecast is going to be on Friday this week because tomorrow I have a ton of shit to do. Thursday I have a ton of shit to do during the day. I will not be available to stream tomorrow or Thursday. So we're going to do the Copecast on Friday. I will have videos, but I won't be streaming during the day on either one of those days. So anyway, thank you.
Normal time Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday's nighttime show will be normal. Cool. Just daytime stuff is fucked up. $2 super chat from Lone Wolf. I meant the full trailer we've seen already. Yeah. No, I'm not mad about that. If there's something in the trailer, it's fair game. I just hadn't seen the trailer, so that's why I didn't understand what you were talking about. But this Thursday, I will be reacting to both of the podcasts. So there'll be 2 videos that'll come out because I reacted to the podcast last week. I'll do it again this week. You guys say that you really liked it. The people in the chat said they enjoyed it. So we'll do that again this week and we'll see if it doesn't get claimed like it did last time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't get claimed. So yeah, Chris says, I think I have a better chance to catch the Copecast on Friday. Well, hopefully everybody, the Copecast is a fluid, like fluid sexuality and gender. It's fluid. It just moves around where it wants to go. It's got whatever pronouns you want to apply to that podcast, you can. Jason here says, Eric, do you watch Euphoria? I just started watching. It's actually really good. I watched season 1 of Euphoria.
That's what I've heard.
I adored season 1. I adored season 1 so much I put it on my favorite show list. Season 1 is fantastic. The 2 holiday specials they did in COVID were fantastic. Season 2 is not good. It's not very good.
Jaybird, yes, the Copecast is a woman. So
that's depressing, Darren.
All right, so
3 isn't going to be fun because they lost a main cast member.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they're finally wrapping it up though. It's just like these long breaks. The cast was insane. Like they got all those cast members at the perfect time, and then they all blew up at the same time. I'm just ready to wrap it up and then call it a day.
I want to point out, I just got done with Ted season 2. Great show. I had a good time with Ted season 2. The D&D episode was so much fun. The one where she went to jail was so much fun. I mean, just a really good show. I know it's super expensive though. It's like one of those shows that's like millions and millions of dollars per episode because of the Ted CGI. So I had a good time with it.
She also plays Liz in Spectacular Spider-Man.
That's right.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
God.
Columbia Rica with the $5 super chat says, I guess the rich want access to helium-3 minerals from the moon, which can be used as a fuel source. Just saying. Oh my God, is that what it is? Is that really what it is, Columbia Rican? they want to mine materials off the moon. I would not be surprised. That seems like it would be the only reason they would
a
go.
bad sci-fi movie. Like that's just.
Shoot, the whole I just thought of the whole thing with Brave New World. I revolved around mining rights. So.
Oh gosh, here we go. Lone Wolf $2 super chat. Phil, can you vague talk about Jessica this season?
Man, they are desperate.
They're trying to.
They are trying to crack Phil.
I will quote Kristen Ritter because she was asked. She was doing press for it, and I will just use one word that Kristen Ritter said: "Mommy," and she is back.
Oh, okay, there you go. So
see, if she said it herself, it's not bad.
Yes. So there you go. There's your hit, Lone Wolf. I too am excited. Look, I really enjoyed like pretty much all 6, I guess if you count Defenders. So all of the Netflix shows back in the day. One thing I loved about Jessica, well, actually 2 things I love about Jessica, is she was a character that didn't give a fuck. She was like, I'm really powerful, but I don't give a shit. Right? That's what I really love that about her. She wanted to drink. She had sex and she did her fucking job, and that's all she did, right? I really love that about her. Secondly is the fucking soundtrack, the score actually, not the soundtrack, the score for Jessica Jones, especially season 1, so fucking good.
She's
so fucking good.
One of my favorite interactions that we ever got out of that whole Marvel Netflix cast between her and Matt and Defenders, where he tries to pull her away and she's like, "You grab me like that again, I'll hit you so hard you see." That shit, it just gets me, man.
Before we wrap this up though, I have to say with Jessica Jones, the one thing I loved about her character story in the whole Netflix era was she was always way like stronger physically than what she ever really got to show on the show, because they didn't really give her an opportunity. She wasn't fighting people at her level all the time, except when she fought with Luke Cage. But when they were trying to escape from the hand and the elevator snapped and she had to hold the elevator and the cord, I'm like, this is one of the first times where it's like you get to see, like, this is how strong she is. She's a very, very strong character. And actually in the comics, she's even a little bit stronger, not at the level of like, Spider-Man or anything like that, but she's definitely a lot stronger than she was. So I'm hoping now that we have the Disney-fication, I guess you could say, of the show, that we're going to get to see her, not necessarily in Daredevil, but if we get to see her more in the era of the MCU, that we get to ramp her up a little bit.
And there was a comic book where her and Luke Cage hired Supergirl as a nanny for their child.
I feel the same about like Luke Cage too, because I like him in that first season I saw, but I feel like they never got him at the level that I kind of wanted them to with that character. So both those two and Iron Fist, I'd love to see if they could fully embrace some of those roots in the comics that I feel like the Netflix was always slightly too afraid to kind of reach.
All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and see what you guys voted on, because I know what Jake was hoping for. So let's see if that's what was picked for the poll. And what do we got here? We get, with 43%, which was a big chunk of the votes, top three worst movie castings of all time. So these are actors that were cast in roles where you weren't vibing with it, you didn't like it for one reason or another. So that is going to be one of our next ones.
I'm gonna have so much fun with this one.
Oh boy.
Darren's scared.
So is it Topher Grace, Jake, from Spider-Man?
Oh,
Darren, this is a list for worst, not best.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have here.
With that being said, we're going to do clockwise tonight, starting with Jake. Tell them who you are in case they didn't read your name, and tell them where they can find you in case they didn't read under your name, and tell them what time in case they didn't read next to under your name.
Well, if you didn't read any of those and your vision is as bad as Matt Murdock's without all the enhancements, right there, Joypad Jake on YouTube. Have my own show, Jake's Lost Levels, on Sundays, except for this upcoming Sunday because of Easter. You don't want to be lost on that day. I go through this whole process of getting my games back on my PlayStation because they all got lost in a factory reset. Might incorporate some retro games once we run through a larger list of these, so we're going to see how that goes. I had my reaction to the Supergirl trailer up today. I didn't record a reaction for Masters of the Universe, but loved it. I have a Spider-Man related video releasing tomorrow, and then outside of this, you can catch me on Party Nation on Tuesdays, Council Creators on Wednesdays.
Do you have any free time? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, you got to pay the bills somehow. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Before we move on to Phil, I did have a question here from Cameron. Have you read Absolute Superman or Absolute Batman yet?
I collect Absolute Batman every month. I'm waiting to get Absolute Superman in trade. I do have the first issue of all the Trinity, though. I've got Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. I have 2 copies of Absolute Batman because when I go to Comic-Con this year, I'm going to get it signed by Scott Snyder, and hopefully, if Nick Gerardo
Holy
says
shit.
I'll get it signed.
Okay. All right. So, Phil, with that being said, where can they find you, and do you have anything coming out this week for people to check out?
Well, much like Jake, I have a Supergirl reaction up on my YouTube channel, which is just right there, unfiltered. Motu, Masters of the Universe. I've got that reaction up. I have a TikTok account. Basically, Vero Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. That's where I'm at. I don't use Twitter because Twitter is a cesspool. I'm just not a fan of that website at all. Just left it in 2023. No thanks. I used to do a show, Friday Phil, but I had to stop it for financial reasons. But since I have gained employment, there may or may not be a Friday Phil this Friday. So we'll see about that.
The return.
Yes, the return. You can catch me on Party Nation. I was there on this past couple hours ago. You'll probably see me on Council Creators tomorrow night. And I'm usually on the Baka stream hanging out with Dave the Film Junk and a couple other
And
people
of course, you're welcome here too, Phil. So,
thank you. I appreciate that. It's been really fun hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, I do. Thank you for coming on.
Of course, yeah.
Darren, where can they find Darren Devil at? In case they haven't subscribed already.
Yeah, you can find me over at Darren's Sanctuary. You can find the Pipeline Podcast every Thursday. Me and Jake have a fun episode coming out this Thursday. We're pitching our MCU Phase 7 predictions / wish list, if you will. So that's going to be very fun. I also did a reaction to all those trailers today for Supergirl, Avatar, and He-Man. So go check that out if you want.
Oh, but before we go, cheers to a whole panel from Harrison James. Thank you so much for being a channel member and giving us a shout out. Good to have you here, Harrison, as always. Darren, what did you think of the teaser for Avatar? Because we watched it a little bit ago. So
yeah, it's a nice date. I guess that's kind of all we got from that.
I like seeing Toph in action, though. That was the one thing I was. So that was what I wanted to see. So
listen. I have some expectations. I don't know. Like I wasn't the biggest fan of season 1. I thought it was okay. I just want to see the show improve a little bit more each season. So if you were at least a little
Aang got older.
He did. He did. In fairness, they did film 2 and 3 back to back, so we will not have the issue in season 3.
Right.
So,
all right.
I'll say this, Darren. When the bar is as low as that Shyamalan movie, your job is easy.
Oh, season 1 was a masterclass compared to that shit show of a movie. So.
I still need to watch that. I started rewatching Cobra Kai, so.
Oh, yeah, so good.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, with that being said, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Again, no Copecast tomorrow. It'll be on Friday, but I will have videos tomorrow, so look out for that, everybody on the channel. If you haven't subscribed already and you're watching on the Eric Debunks or the Eric's Reloaded channel, please hit subscribe. Give me a like because I like you guys, so you should like me back. Circle yes, and leave a comment down below. And we're out of here. We'll see everyone next time, so join everybody on Thursday. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.